gonna have to martyrdom me 10 health. So I drop it here and don't deal with the shit and try to make it overextend to Tempest maybe. Host and get into a fucking call, okay? But yeah, I guess I have to go. But Marco's stream wasn't even on. It still isn't. Marco's stream still isn't on. So how can I host him? How can I host him? Also, thanks for the bits today, mates. Even though angry bits, I still appreciate it. Very good over today's was crazy. And also, I would like some money because I need quite some money to move back to Korea. And yeah, I don't have any savings. So the money would be nice. It's never really bad. Sometimes it takes like 5 minutes before you see the stream. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah, I see the stream. TikTok, is that before Easter? That's the stream.
Alright, hello everybody. welcome to the Team Wars 2 Finals Cast with this gang of guys. Joining me today, I have Decoy, Ferocca, and Mazer to create a memorable evening for each and every one of you. How's everyone doing tonight?
I think I might have enjoyed Duelist today, so I guess that's pretty good. Yeah.
Enjoyed
Might
Duelist?
have.
Yeah,
Wait.
I thought the mission was accomplished and you were feeling really good after your coaching session.
No, wait. Sorry.
An
We have to,
understatement. Yes.
Ferocca, we have to hijack this cast right now. We need to understand what exactly made you enjoy it so that we can revert it. Okay? Because
I
if you enjoy
enjoyed
Duelist, something is wrong.
I enjoyed beating Harpoon on fucking Sarlacc against Lionar.
I'm
Okay.
glad to have fulfilled your enjoyment for today. I've done my part. All right,
Buff Sarlacc, I guess.
yeah, Sarlacc needs some buffs, man. It's not good enough
Yeah.
against Lionar, especially. Like that. What was that turn 2 Lightbender, man? Why'd you have to do that to me?
Just very skilled at replacing. It's the only one in the deck,
All right, anyway, to not drag on too long, we will get into it. We have some games to cast. I will sit out as usual and let these three handle it all. But first, we'll introduce the teams and, do all that usual stuff. I also have to mention that we are going to be having some raffle giveaways courtesy of Dream Sloth. So, all you need to do is be here in chat. And periodically, I'm going to do a roll. I'll let everyone know when I'm doing it. And then we will, we'll have a winner. You just need to make your presence known in chat when I call you out, and I'll get you some prize. We have 4 unique different prizes. Nothing too fancy. It's a couple of packs, a couple of emotes. The new emotes, so I guess they're pretty good ones, right? Anyway, we'll be getting started with the 3rd place match that went down between the eggs of Schizolanos Stomosi and the Blatham's Miscalculators. I will get their decks set up. You guys feel free to throw in on your commentary. 3rd place game. Thoughts?
I have one, which isn't about the game. But let's do the Japanese thing where people type who they think is going to win. Before we tell people who is actually going to win. Ferocca, you don't even understand how to do it. The Japanese thing is that you write like a 2 or 3 letter tag and then you write win. Okay? You're not the team. Guys, he doesn't get it. Okay, Smarty has got the spirit. Is this Decoy versus Zohan 6 versus 6? Yes.
You know what?
We have the decks, and they are indeed the decks.
Yeah, sorry. I need to set something up real quick. These are the decks. For the audience who is unaware, we have
So I need to grab some pills real quick.
Yeah, sure. The eggs.
Just after looking at
I
this.
have a question, Harpoon.
Yeah, go on.
Are we fucking casting the third place match or something?
We're doing both, yes. That's why I asked you for time.
Okay, that's why these decks are so fucking awful. Okay.
Yeah, we need some random shit to talk about. Like the games are actually so fucking cringe.
Oh man, I can't wait to get into. You know what? Let's get into the first one. I'll let you guys just take it away from here while I sort out some other stuff.
Oh, this is Lolly. I wonder what he does in his free time. Any guesses in chat? Is that also a Japanese thing, Macer? If you're back from pills, do people guess in chat what people do with certain usernames? Because it might be a Japanese thing as well, the thing that Lolly does in his free time.
He isn't actually lolly. He's brackets. A lolly is just
Yeah,
a meme.
Well,
And I
I
mean, you
guess-
should know you were on a team with him, you know.
when?
Last season of Team Wars in Duelist 1. You know, that
And I
one
was-
where you didn't play a single game.
Yeah, and I also didn't know that I was in that team.
Yes, but you're accepted, you know. So you actually took second place. You almost won. It was 6-4 in the finals.
I guess the thing you said about playing with Jay in Team Wars is really true, because if you play with Jay in Team Wars, you don't even
You
get
don't-
to top 4, and if you don't
No,
play
no,
with Jay or
look.
yourself, you just get second.
Look, if you don't play with Jay in Team Wars, you don't get to face Grimrock. This is the real deal.
Yeah, that's
And-
pretty sad, actually.
How over does this game look to you?
Yeah, I don't really see how Lolly can fun and interactive Decoy here, so yeah, it looks pretty over.
Let me help you out. He's playing Artifact Vitruvian against Magmar.
I mean, normally that means Magmar loses, but with this hand, I don't really see how they're going to kill them before they die themselves.
I can tell you. He
How?
can either set trap or third wish this turn. And the next turn, when Decoy runs into him, he just tracers away. Which means you probably want to do a set trap. But I actually think he's quite fine.
No, I don't think. I mean, if Decoy plays with a brain, then you know that's a bold assumption. Then maybe he can't really. Then Tracer's not gonna cut it. Like, you know, if he doesn't walk too far inwards with his general, then because of the nerf.
Look, if the enemy general can't get away from all of your units with a tracer, that doesn't mean that tracer is bad. Because if you look right now, Decoy is at 19 health already.
Yeah. Because he played a Phoenix Fire Phase that doesn't even do 3 damage, but I guess at the moment going phase is indeed the place, because no healing in hand.
And now look at this. I don't know.
The Grimrock is sand trapped. Yeah. I mean, it's still not an amazing tracer, because Decoy, his general can still hit him, but Decoy doesn't really want to hit phase anymore, right? Because he's too low, getting too low already. Yeah, Decoy shouldn't have played the Grimrock there, I guess. I guess he was trying to respect Star's Fury, but the Grimrock could be a bit closer. He could have put it in front of their face.
This is some, you know, Artifact Vitruvian gameplay 101. 19 is already too low. You're in danger of dying. Yeah.
Well, the opponent does need a good combo hand for you to actually be in danger of dying.
I'm just referring to what you say, which is a combination of, you know, standard Artifact Vitruvian and standard Ferocca. Oh no, we're dead. But I don't know, this actually does an arrowing look over. Because even if, like, Decoy runs into brackets right now, there is, like, Third Wish, there is a bunch of damage, there is Sand Trap, there is Entropic. Literally Entropic Decoy.
The actual Entropic Decoy, that's pretty exciting. That the pawn works out.
And there is, like, no way to play around all of this stuff, right? Because if you block, you can actually... No, this one is quite decent. But there is this super annoying combo, which I played against with Entropic and Repulsor, right?
Yeah.
So here's the question: what do you want in Entropy? Because you could actually repulsor the veteran above, right? And then just entropic all of this stuff. But then you're losing the artifact next turn, although that might be fine.
Yeah, because then Decoy is punching face with his face, and that's not bad. Get the free 2 damage.
Oh, he thought for a second of doing a third, right? Actually,
Yeah.
that would have been better, right?
Not really, because you waste damage for later.
Yes, but you also get away. I guess the reason why he didn't do it is Mekantra next turn, which is quite likely on 6 cards, if you assume your opponent plays Mekantra. Right, so you could run away with the third wish, but then you get Mekantra, and it kind of achieves nothing.
Yeah, and then you also Decoy also doesn't take 2 damage.
This is the worst game in Duelist history. Because this is 2 people trying to artifact cheese each other. This game is so bad, it's actually amazing.
I think Decoy did warn us for something like this, right?
Yes.
Is the opponent dead? 5, 7, no, just 9. And a tier would be 4 more damage, so there's no top deck lethal, I guess. But it would be close if he gets... He didn't replace yet, right?
I don't know, all I see is kinetic equilibrium. Man, Decoy, I know you're not saying anything, but I love you, because not only did you put it in your deck, you also put a prismatic one.
Well, I'm actually a bit disappointed. Why? Because Decoy didn't Planar Scout Factor Wrap last turn. He had the mana for it.
He could have also mattered, just matter the 2/2.
5 mana, 1/4 of a Sundrop Elixir sounds pretty good.
Yeah, sounds very, Magmar.
The Magmar is also not far off from lethal.
Yeah.
Fine.
This game is actually good because normally you can easily tell who's going to win. But this one, you kind of, you're at the edge of your seat until Decoy pulls off a decoy. And just concedes out of nowhere.
Yeah, I think he conceded because he was supposed to play the Whistling Asshole below and not in a place where it can just get blasted.
Yeah, this looks like my deck, judging by the name.
I can't think of any. I can't think of anything funny to do in that. So.
Okay.
How are you supposed to play this deck? I don't know.
Are you supposed to play Face Monkey?
Yeah, but it has a lot of zoo shit in it.
Okay. How are you supposed to play it? It's really simple. When Ferocca uploads his What From Today, you just go to it and you watch. And you will find out. Or you can watch the old video calls.
So here, do you keep 2 pirates?
I think this turn you just keep the entire hand.
So you won this deck there.
Yes.
Yeah, because Pyro into Mystic Pyro is more than decent. You need a 2-drop that you can actually play aggressively to deny a tile. And then Pyro is kind of good against no blood tier vet.
Wait. Don't tell me you lost this. Don't tell...
I just spoil?
Please, no. Please replace into Blast, please. So, this game is so unfair. It's just there is no justice.
But Russia's Curse Repulsor Beast is pretty cool, though.
Yes, it's cool. It's not justice.
I mean, that we already knew from the past year that there is no justice in Duelist. That's nothing new.
But still, you should be winning this one.
Just wanted to
Okay.
give
Yeah,
my
some
input.
insightful commentary here.
Yep. He's fucking sand trapping Pyro rather than pulsering. Yeah, I'm confused. Like that would
Like-
also actually put something on the board, the Repulsor Beast.
He doesn't know what he's playing against, so it kind of makes sense.
You mean he might want to keep Repulsor Beast for, I don't know, Aymara 500 turns later?
Like one. So, yeah, there is some logic to this. Okay, what do we first wish? Okay. So, real talk, but you first wish the Primus there, I think. Just because you know it's an artifact deck. And for the artifact deck, 5 health is actually a big break.
Okay.
Because of stuff of Yakir, I guess.
Yeah.
Or,
Because he needs to have like a third wish, right? There is nothing else in his deck that can deal with it.
When I played this, I was like completely checked out and basically trolling. Like autopilot
Yeah.
trolling.
Makes sense. But like, there is very little difference between a 3-3 and a 4-4. Right? Just against anything really. I don't know. Man, I'm just looking at your hand. Isn't this like super over? Like, yeah, I don't know, man. If you manage to lose this one, I'm honestly impressed. And you're not even doing anything wrong, other than dying into Entropic, I guess.
and maybe
Wait,
what?
Bone Swarm. Yeah, definitely Bone Swarm. He definitely.
Yeah,
plays Bone
I'm
Swarm.
so confused that he didn't clear the 4-2. But whatever.
I mean, Decoy always goes face. You know this.
Yeah, but I think this was unlosable until this happened. Man,
To be honest, I
That's
also
just-
don't really see the punish for not clearing the Shrek.
it's not about the punish. It's just being efficient and playing like rushes on that turn, right? You know, precasting this because look at what's going to happen now. There is going to be
Oh.
like a full board clear.
Yeah, but that's because he didn't play around Bone Swarm. And that was not that hard to do. Just put the Blood here behind the Primus, for example.
God.
And that's pretty
Man.
cool. With also Beast Bone Swarm.
Yeah, that's actually amazing. Wait, he's not. This is some greed, I guess. But you still win this one, right? Wait. Yeah, I wouldn't replace Suzuki there, but whatever. Like, this has to be winning. Because it's not like his deck has any heals. And the hand is complete meme. And you're hitting face. And you're hitting face even more. And more.
I fucking cleared with this.
Wait, what? I took painkillers, just to help with the decks and the gameplay when I saw the decks before the first game. But now I think I need like a double dose.
Maybe you need an overdose.
Wait, and like, so what you're telling me that you're going to lose now, right?
I mean,
He's going to lose, man. Man, Ferocca, he's going to lose this one.
If I look at the hands, it shouldn't be possible to lose, but
But Decoy, he does the impossible. But
Reverse.
he's going to. He is going to be one of Little next turn, and he is going to replace Dreamgazer to kill himself off faster. Okay, never mind. I guess there is no justice in this world.
They went face with the Hexblade thing? Yeah.
Yeah. And I think this is at least a draw, right?
Oh yeah, it's. I thought it was just win, but yeah, it's too much
Yeah.
damage.
What's happening?
No, I thought it did the bot siren. And then played the card.
Wait, how much health does he have? I can't see. It's
Yeah, this is a draw. This is a draw.
okay. Okay,
Yeah.
I thought he was 1 health more. Wow, amazing gameplay. You know, fast and what was it? Come on, Give me the
Technical
line.
warfare or something.
No, it's lightning fast matches, right? That's it.
Oh yes. I mean, Mazer, you were kind of right that Decoy still managed to, not win at least. You were right about that part, that he didn't win.
What in the hell? Decoy, you're the most confusing person ever. And actually, so back from trash talking Decoy, but an interesting thing to do against artifact decks is to actually open middle tile. And I'm not sure if that's like good, but it is an interesting thing to do.
Yeah, I can see it because the 2 extra damage from your face/minion is kind of okay for being able to put shit near their Ankh faster while
Yeah.
ramping.
And it's like with lock, let's say you're placing to another 2-drop. You could move it like 2 forward, take the mana tile, then you lock on another mana tile, and you can actually put like a 3/4 in their face.
Yeah.
And you also have everything spread out. So it's a pretty cool thing. Did Brackets replace already?
I think so. I wish we still had the replace thing in the match history.
You mean not in the match history, but in the log? Okay. And we're going to play into Blast again.
And there's not gonna be no justice again too, right?
Let's find out the next episode. Of Brackets doesn't know what to replace.
A few brackets. I never know what to replace either.
So you just don't.
That is a bit of a meme that sometimes you say I replace too much and then not enough, and the same with Platinum, and then you guys keep trolling me like, oh, why don't you replace more? Oh, why do you replace there? The hand is good enough, blah blah. So I don't know what to think anymore about you guys with the amount of replaces. At least, unlike certain people, and it's, I do replace first, or not at all, of course.
Okay, so like if you don't replace first, you're like, oh, I didn't replace first, so if I replace now, I will look stupid. So you just don't replace.
There are a lot of copium plays like that on stream, yes. I
Wait,
admit.
what's happening again?
Yeah, this is tier 0. Guess what I'm gonna do here? Guess what I'm gonna do here?
Just play 2 Flame Blast, please, and kill
No,
yourself.
I wanted to play Lock Dreamgazer, but then I replaced another card.
Oh, because you have to replace first, right? Yes, and then, yeah.
Exciting stuff. But you have to win this one, right?
I
I
mean,
mean, nobody has to win anything because it's a 3rd place match.
Yeah, but I don't know. I don't mean in that sense, but in sense of like the board position and the hand. Like, look, he drew double rushes again,
Yeah.
right? This has to be winning. I mean, Decoy is like the anti-3-turn rule person because, you think that you can predict the result by the end of turn 3, but he's like, no, you can't. Okay, another Bone Swarm. And now we just replace into a good 2-drop, right? What? Okay, you're going to do the thing, right? Okay. Nice, that is actually a good 2-drop.
I'm not gonna play it. I'm not so good. I'm not good.
Oh, yeah, another oops. Yeah, okay.
And the funniest thing, you could have actually kind of played it for free, just put it on the mana tile. Right?
Yeah,
You
then
could
you
just
could
put
still
it on the
have
mana
first
tile. Anyways.
Oh, imagine a 4-3 pyro, That was possible with on the tile.
Yes, but then quite possible to run away. Just. Yeah, we're really off to a good start. Decoy's voice is so manly, I gain testosterone by listening to him. Oh wait, people can actually predict stuff in chat, look. I didn't look at the chat for a while. They have like tags next to their name. 2 means Platinum's
How the fuck did
miscalculated.
they do that? How can I do that?
At the start, I ran a prediction, so
No.
I
Okay.
think the timer is over
late.
on joining it. Yeah.
Oh, also, Maze, I would like to point out that Decoy forgot to hit with the sand trap Ghostlinks.
Yeah, I noticed that, but I'm going to say it was, inconsequential. The more important thing is where he placed his log right after getting,
And
Bone Storm.
Yep.
Okay. Now, wouldn't it be great if we had like perfect answer to a double artifact? What do you guys think?
It would be nice. But,
Yeah. So, explain your logic to me because I really want to understand. So you didn't play the Pyro last one, but now you decided not to replace it and replace damage instead. I wanted, my follow-up question was what was going through your head, but then I realized I already know the answer. So I guess let's get back to the game.
Decoy could play around getting blasted. It's not really necessary to play around it because you have double rushes, but you can drop the Primus above the head and then go to the top row.
So you're just trolling, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Okay, nice.
Some people, they just don't want to win.
No.
Cool.
So,
Here's what's going. No. Here's what's going to happen. He's going to blast for 6, and next turn Decoy is going to kill himself.
Because you replace the Dream Gazer first, because you have to replace first. Yeah.
No. He would be like, okay, I'm going to kill myself, and he's like, I can do it with Green Gazer. Then he's going to stop for a second and realize, no, I can do it with Black Tier.
Is that more swag, as the kids would say, than Dream Gazer replace Suicide? Because I'm pretty sure Decoy is a swag zoomer, right?
I'm so incredibly confused.
Decoy, what do you have to say about that?
I mean,
Just look at his profile picture. These goslings, it just doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. Okay, nice game. Definitely like high level tier 0 gameplay.
I think this might be the first time in my life that people drew that I see someone play against Artifact. They get all the Russia's curses in the world, and they just never play them in both games, basically, especially the second one, of course.
Okay, now this is face. Actual cool deck. How do you feel about
No,
this
but
one?
I think it's really bad actually. I don't know.
No, I think it's pretty good.
Nah.
Just Lightbenders, I would probably switch for like tripling on some of 2 drops. I think in a deck like that, you want like triple bounded.
Do you play lock in this? I don't
No.
have it.
No. So I like the way this looks to me is like a typical bounded deck. And you should probably play 3 of them in that.
Yeah, I definitely don't get the point of Lightbender in that deck at all, because it also had Chrome Colds, but it also had Aspect of the Fox, right? So there are a million Dying Wish removal things that you don't even really need when you go for damage.
Okay. So I have a feeling that Vitruvian might win this game. Wait, imagine losing 0-6 to an artifact Vitruvian. Wait.
I hit a button. I hit a button. 1 second.
Oh no.
Alright, jump.
Oh, there's fucking triple Chrome Cold, 2 Hailstone, 2 Aspect of the Fox, and then still put Lightbender in? That makes no sense.
That's exactly the point. But wait,
Yeah, I guess.
so think about that. Imagine you're playing against this, and they use like, hailstones and chromatics and all this stuff, and you're like, okay, they have no removal left, and then they play Lightbender, and that will just tilt you off the face of the earth. Actually, they don't even need to play all their removal before that, because no one knew what's going to happen. They will play Lightbender turn 2, and you would tilt instantly, going like, who plays Lightbender in Manner? They have so much removal. This guy is so stupid. Then you will misplay 3 times after that and lose. Think about that.
So it's all psychological warfare. That's
Yes,
the
this
way of
is
a good deck.
this is how a Decoy is against good players all the time. He just makes them mad.
But then is that why? Well, maybe I'm just not a top player, but I don't really mind playing against Decoy decks, and I don't think his decks make sense. They just go face. The end. It's not
So,
as...
Ferocca, consider this. When you play against random people on ladder, and you get mad and
Yeah.
you lose, you never know whether or not this person was a decoy.
I mean, that's the point of the decoying.
Right. So how do you know that most people who trigger you on ladder are decoys?
True. Decoy, can you shed some light? You are the decoy expert. People say you happen to be a decoy, but maybe that's just a decoy. I don't know.
No, but most of the time I don't even try because like the decks I play makes it so obvious that it's me. Like I could like do on some accounts where I try to play like normal shit, then you wouldn't know, maybe.
Yeah. The random number generator really is rigged. Congrats, Decoy. You just won yourself 5 orbs. Thanks for participating.
Okay. Yeah, this game is unplayable. I have no pings for other.
I mean, this might have something to do with how you position last turn,
Wait, what did I use there? Like mystic shit or what?
Yeah, you put it in such a way that it can be blocked by 1 minion. Usually not the best idea. But yeah, I mean, this is lost. even though you're kind of fine-ish.
Yeah, Harpoon. I think we go 4x speed on this. What?
But then it will just be me casting, because you can't cast your own game, and Ferocca can't cast at 4x. Also, what in the hell is going on? Oh, kind of a random thought, but potentially would have been better to actually take 4 on your general, and instead use courage on the thing hitting his base. Because at this point, you kind of have to YOLO, and you also know he used one of yours, so you might as well try to YOLO.
Yeah, I see something funny in chat. Jay, what the fuck? How did Decoy lose last game? I just came back.
Exactly. Perfect content. So his opponent played 2 artifacts, and Decoy had 2 Rashes cards in hand. And he made the best possible choice in this situation and kept both of them. Are we going to see some more repulsor memes? Doesn't look like it. So just go in face.
Always go face. It is the place. No, you know what I also like, Mazer, that I happen to know that Decoy really hates Artifact, and then he has to play like the only person playing that shit.
You know,
I mean, like,
Brock, you really like statements which are like water is wet, sort of informative. Because it's like, Decoy is really sometimes a normal person. He hates the thing everyone else hates. Who could have possibly thought about that?
Like playing against this shit. What the fuck?
What? Who loves playing against this? I don't know. Like, even if you have a counter to it, right? You don't actually like to play against this.
Yeah, just like with Sarlacc. Yeah.
No, with Sarah, like, if you have like an actual like complete counter, there is some sense of like, I don't know, paid justice to it all, and I don't know, watching them suffer from their own Sarlacc, stuff like that. But with this thing, it's just, I don't know. Well, Diggle doesn't hate Artifact Vitruvian. I'm going to ask the same question I asked Amber Cadania. Do you not hate playing with it or against it? Because most people who don't hate Artifact Vitruvian, and I'm not implying that Amber Cadania is one of them, it was on a different topic, but most people who don't hate Artifact Vitruvian don't hate playing it, but they still don't like playing against it.
That's what I
Hate is such a strong word. This is the only word that can describe, what you feel playing against Artifact Vitruvian. When you mentioned having to play a 3rd place match 6 times in a row against Artifact Vitruvian.
Sounds like hell.
Just that was the perfect response, and I don't mean what you said.
So you mean what I burped, I guess.
Yes.
I mean, it's kind of the only thing I can do nowadays, so I'm happy
Yeah,
that quite some
Harpo, what Ghostly Driver plays, based on what I heard, isn't Artifact Vitruvian. He's playing OTK, but it's a very different deck.
I'm pretty sure. No, I've seen him play the Ankh on somebody's stream, Mazer. Who was it again? It was like yesterday or something. Anyway, it was not OTK that because it played Ankh.
Okay, I was misinformed. I was thought he only has staffs and like the spell package. But I guess lies.
Yep. At least the game I saw, he didn't play that version. I think it was against Cosmic. Yeah, Cosmic was on his stream.
But I guess it makes total sense if you have like read lag and stuff. Good as well. But let's get back to the game. And Decoy is almost dead.
As usual, the past 3 games.
So, real talk here. I think you like staff and pass.
Mm. Yeah, I don't really see what the fuck.
Oh,
else
he
you
didn't
can
replace
do,
him.
really.
Okay. Then I think you staff rush or something. I wouldn't even move.
I would move to the middle tile just because Ankh.
I wouldn't, because then it makes sense.
You're trying to confuse people again?
Yeah, but like imagine you do this play, but in like 5 seconds, right? You move your focus, you hit the 1-3, you equip the staff, you rushes, hit face, and you pass in like 5 seconds. Bam, bam, bam. And then they have 90 seconds to figure out what the hell do you have that causes you to play like that. And I don't mean like a health condition, I mean the hand. Okay.
I'm actually kind of confused that I didn't also play Repulsive Beast last turn, because you don't expect a big 3 to come out, right, against this shit.
Why not? You at the very least can keep it for like combos.
Yeah.
You really like wasting cards lately.
I mean, he wouldn't have been hit in the face. Also, he did kill Decoy instead, but...
Yes. Okay, so are we going to see like 3 more games of that?
Yeah, I think so.
Amazing. So just, setting the bar low for the next set.
Can we put it on ×4 speed? This is like the only time.
No.
Pause.
No, this one we're going to watch at 0.5 speed. Because now this deck, now this is something. This is
Let's see.
the deck.
I mean, there's like nothing funny in lineup. Nothing. Like, what else can you do?
Well, I do think it's pretty funny that they have double Wings of Mech that just need to replace the Mystic into Helm, and then everything is funny.
And that works too. And okay, here is the thing. Does Decoy know how to play against Artifact Truman? He does not.
He also doesn't know how to play Mech, because he replaced the Mech minion.
Yeah, but like, also this was kind of funny where he replaced Engun against Artifact. So against Artifact Vitruvian, this is like the only matchup where you put it directly into their face.
Yeah, because they don't play many minions, and because of Ankh Blast.
Yeah, and then he still didn't do it, but basically the idea is that if you place a staff, you can't really stay on the middle tile while moving forward. Okay, are we playing some blast again? No. Amazing. Okay. And on today's episode of What the Hell is Going On, we're going to figure out how is Decoy going to lose an unlosable game again. I also like how you like make sure to position your minions in such a way that if you hadn't had the artifact, you couldn't even hit him with your general and your windblade. Even if he doesn't move. That's truly inspiring.
Yeah.
It's probably still better because you would expect him to move down, but still kind of weird. Okay. So, do you hold him late here? Thoughts?
means not bad, but it does give quite some distance. That is not great.
I think I would have immolated.
I think I would
It's
have.
actually better. And the idea behind it is that if he had Ancla's turn, he would have played it, right?
Yeah.
So most likely he doesn't have it. That's number one. Number two, if he doesn't have Ankh, he is likely having some movement stuff. So he can actually move away from the stuff anyways. Actually, number three, which I only just now realized and didn't think about this beforehand, but that whole emulation play would have actually completely played around Ball Swarm.
I don't think that one is a super big deal because Decoy for once played around it pretty well, but
I don't think he intended though.
no. I think he was trying to play around the and
He was- I think he was just trying to surround.
Yeah.
Just intentional good play. Bullying Decoy, that's actually consensual bullying. You know? And Decoy being a six-man team makes perfect sense. The actual joke is that he wanted, at first he signed up as a team of 6 decoys, but he got disqualified, unfortunately.
Yeah, I would have liked to see that.
Well, you're seeing it right now, and I don't think that's the kind of content we expected.
Mono lose to Artifact. Fucking hell. Can somebody save my breathing already so that I can sleep and also stop burping?
Wait,
I mean,
have you considered the possibility that when you have like sleep apnea and you don't breathe at night, that's because you're having like really long burp?
Oh yeah, I'm sure it's related to not breathing properly. Do you think you have acid reflux? No, because I don't have any kind of that sour thing in the back of the throat or anything. I don't really have physical problems except the sleep and I guess the burping. Sorry.
You know, just reading chat. Paul Bigelow is saying Indian food apnea. Also,
that's a
we
real
managed
disease
to play
with a single minion.
that actually was like Ferocca brain right there, because clearly we managed to play around, dancing blades.
Dancing blades. I think it's at what, 60%? I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good question. How much it is? And because if it's at 80, you put the gun behind yourself, right?
Yeah, true.
That's like 2 off, right?
Mm,
I'm seeing the numbers. He's at
5,
11.
9.
Yeah, that's 2 off. And like, unless he replaces into lethal, this is like once again winnable, right? Because
Yes,
you stun next turn. Yeah.
Decoy might have also been in a better spot if he didn't replace the fucking cannon on turn 1.
I just realized. So he made 6 meme decks, right? And
Sure,
he chose mech for the one faction that has no mech synergy. Okay, that's lethal. Or is it? Wait, yeah.
he has the mana. Yeah, mono lose to Artifact. I'm starting to get a suspicion, Mazer, where Decoy kept saying like, oh, the third place match is really not worth watching. There's nothing funny. There's blah blah blah. It's just because he's going to get 6-0 by fucking Artifact, and he doesn't want people to see it.
No, it was obvious he was getting 6-0. The question was just in what way.
Well, we already know, right? We're halfway there, so.
Well, more than halfway, right? It's 4-0.
Oh, nice.
Okay, that's.
Hey, more Mac. So, Decoy, I can tell you why you mono lost to Artifact. It's because you brought only 2 mech decks. The way you do this is you bring 6 mech decks.
No, like here is the catch. Artifact Vitruvian, especially with like Hexblade, actually counters mech decks that can't rush it out. And he only brought mech decks that can't rush it out.
Yeah, because otherwise it's not a meme, I guess. And it was supposed to be memes.
What do you mean when you can rush it out? How will you build it? Like, what deck are you talking?
Well, I mean like Magmar or Banner or Vitruvian, any real mech deck. Where you can just play mech
Oh,
and
okay.
activate it. Because then they can't
I
hexblade.
thought you mean like spamming.
No.
No, I get it.
But actually that makes some sense too, right? So the non-rush mech deck that makes sense is Abyss. I was actually thinking about building like a hybrid between Control Abyss and Mech Abyss.
Jay, it's even funnier than solo losing to Artifact with 3 primers as their only 2 drop. It is solo losing to Artifact with 3 primers as their only 2 drop, with face decks that ping Artifact on face a million times. And Vasha's Curse.
Yeah, and also having Rush's Curse every single time they have an artifact, but then just not playing it.
You know, Decoy, you can save your face by saying, I really didn't want to play this, so I just made sure I lost everything as fast as possible, but I got 6-0'd as fast as possible. That is a way to save yourself.
No, there is no way to save himself by now. This situation is about unsavable as Duel GG. I don't think there is anything you can do.
What is duelist.gg?
Yes, what is it? Exactly. That's exactly my point. Change it. Okay, he isn't even blasting. And we played around once one. Oh, here's what's going to happen. We are going to play Hammond, and it will get removed with the passive card.
I mean, you can play around it quite easily, but Decoy will probably forget to do that.
Imagine if you could like blast in 4 ways. I mean, at the same time.
What the fuck would the keywords for that be?
Zast. You know, like Frenzy and Blast. Frenzast.
That sounds pretty nice, actually.
No, it doesn't. Like, imagine playing against that.
Oh no, I don't mean nice as in fun. I mean nice as in just. It sounds good.
Yeah, okay.
Why didn't they just blast the Fox? I know you would be staying in range of the Helm of Mech, but you know, I don't think you care that much.
No, I actually like this play. Like, considerably more, actually. This one I'm not sure about.
Is he going to play Hammond into DK?
Yes. I thought what was going to happen. He would actually play diagonally, but then Bonesworm DK would happen.
Well, I also like that he played into DK and then still allows Lowly to walk backwards to Blast Phase anyway, because you could at least force them to move towards the Hammonds, you know, and then they can't blast anything. But he played into DK and then still move.
So this is like a very illustrative set, I want to say, because it shows you what not to do. Okay, and we don't even need to entropic.
Just double Bone Swarm, nice.
But hey, we have the combo in hand. Look.
You mean Third Wish DK when you're not on the middle row. That is pretty bad.
No, I mean Son I had.
Oh.
You can play Ancestral Divination, and then Helm, and then draw another spell.
Please do it. There were no boars in this deck, maybe?
No, I have it. I think I have it.
Okay. Okay. We're dealing face damage. Are we finally going to win?
Did you oops because you could have played the Lantern Fox or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I'm gonna draw one. Yeah. And pay cards for it. It's like second wish, but bad. Or like, imagine if you had a card in your faction that allows you to pay 0 mana, discount a spell, and get a card. Wouldn't that be like insane compared to 1 mana draw 1?
Yeah, when you put it like that, I feel like that could be maybe Kickstarter backer cards.
Yeah. A bit of a shame we don't have it in the game already.
Yeah, quite a shame. You know, you can't always get what you want.
Okay. I guess we're not going for a full surround. Actually, wait, that's like... Huh?
Do you
Right?
need that mech for mech?
No, it's not the replays I'm confused about. It's moving forward.
Well, yeah, I think he just wanted to get blasted, or, you know, just die in general. No, he's showing the forehead because he knows he's dead. I don't know what this play was, but considering Decoy gave a forehead, I will give him the benefit of the doubt and say that it was intentional because Decoy just wants to...
Oh, yeah, but he was dead anyways, I think. Not even if he runs away, but I'm like, what? Okay, so
I mean,
just one game left, right? Oh, and then he left the best deck for last.
Yeah.
This
Wait,
reverse
imagine-
incoming.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine he's setting us up, and you know we talk him and Decoy sitting there just laughing, being like, haha, they don't really know what's coming. Now he's just going to like reverse sweep with his signature Decoy. You know?
Yeah, pre-nerf, this is pretty much what I played. But I put in lock, like, for this game.
Okay, and what you're trying to tell us is you lost because you put in lock.
No, it's just like unplayable. Like after Void Post nerf, playable. It's unplayable.
Okay. And he even went first. Which is probably not even good against Artifact Retrieving, but who knows? Yeah, that's a very appropriate reaction to this kind of content. By the way, guys, this is S-Rank Division number 3 versus Silver. Just so that you know. So, to anyone out there...
Guess who's gonna win? Guess who's gonna win
Yes.
this?
To anyone out there complaining that ladder isn't fair, I get matched with like top players and it's impossible to win all this time and silver. Look at this. This should be inspirational, right? It's a silver player just completely destroying S rank number 3. Right? It's 5-0 by now. How likely do you think that is? About as likely as getting your rank every single game. So not that unlikely. But man, like this one has to be unlosable. Right? Like it has to be.
Well,
Looks
yeah,
like
now
it,
that,
I guess.
Wait, what? I want to die.
I like to scream into short silence and then just, I want to die.
But
Wait,
this
what the fuck?
is impressive.
Wait. What should I have done though? Like play Blood here then.
Yes, play blood tier, do a split so that he either blasts your face with the blood tier and then there is a stupid Sworn Avenger, or he runs into a blood tier. Right, so that he doesn't have much of a choice.
Are the siphons in Lowly's deck? I already forgot. Even
I
though
haven't
it's-
seen a single one.
No.
Right, so the question isn't whether or not he has them in his deck, but whether or not you've seen them in 5 games.
He does
I
not
mean,
have
some
them.
people. Oh, okay. I like how Decoy has 5 cards in hand, but only one of them is playable, unless you consider doing 6 damage to your own face.
No.
Like, oh, that's no longer possible anyway.
The best part is that
Triple
All-
grasp.
yes, and all of them are prismatics.
Nice.
Like, this is still good. Except I guess now he's going to lose because he plays Law. Who could have possibly seen this coming? But, like, if Rekus plays a minion, especially if he plays Primus, this is just insane. And I would unironically consider replacing Locke next turn.
Oh, same. Because, 9 damage is pretty nice, especially for 3 mana.
Yes, and it's not just 9 damage for 3 mana. It's 9 damage in 3 instances.
Yeah. So
So
artifacts
the-
also get fucked.
Think about that. It's a 9 damage Rash's Curse. Except it removes all artifacts.
And minions.
Yes. Okay.
But now if I have no pings, I just no. Okay, he doesn't run away.
Yeah, but this is insane, right? He's going to play.
Yeah, this turn is. I don't remember how I used it. I don't remember.
I think you got trauma. Okay, he played it. This game is over. It has to be. Okay. Place the lock. And we just play Lure with triple grasp. What could possibly go wrong?
Don't forget to give a forehead emote first.
I think he's just going to think really hard and... Okay, no, but...
Here, I thought of saving one actually.
Yeah, another thing could have been actually playing Blade and one grasp and luring the 2/6 away. That is a play. But the reason why I wouldn't do that is because you just saw an ank. And I think that just probabilistically speaking, this one is better. You just YOLO. You just need to get a Revenant. That's basically it. And stop drawing locks.
Yeah, but here I think I never draw anything. Then I die.
Well, if you never draw anything, then yeah, you never draw anything. How much mana do you have? That's 6, right?
Yeah, 6.
You can... Wait. It's so painful. Just can't. Why not lock? Like, you could lock on the mana tile and then place the Forge where it locks.
Yeah, that will be a 5-3. Nice.
Yeah, and like the point is, it's less likely that he has a blast because you already played one, and he can't run into you anymore. Right? He can't just play a repulsor or play a tracer and just start hitting you in the face because he's going to lose this race.
it kind of reminds me of the Russia's Curses games, Mason. Like he put this card in his deck, and then when it's good, even though this card shouldn't really have good turns for this deck, then he still doesn't play it, even though he actually managed to get a good turn with that. Just like how they play
Well,
double artifacts, he didn't play double Russias, even though he had it.
he didn't even play Lance, so like you still win this, right?
Dark
Yeah, I
Seat
think I
also
would.
works.
I think I will win this.
Wait, what? Then
What the fuck is that sound?
I have no words. Like Law as a card is the biggest counter to Artifact Vitruvian. Because they can't deal with a lot of stats spread on a bunch of minions with Provoke. It's just not possible for them. And you just don't play it and you replace it every turn. It's like the deck you have is quite literally a deck you would consider to build specifically to counter Artifact Vitruvian. Right? It's like Aggro with Lock.
Yeah, it's as if you knew you were going to play against Artifact, but then you saved this deck for last, and you clearly didn't want to win, so I don't know what the idea was. Is he dead? Yeah, because he
I think
played
so.
Spectral Blade, actually, that allowed him to die, right?
Well, he plays Spectral Blade a while ago. The reason is he replaced the
Oh.
Law. Okay.
Time for real games.
Yeah,
Thanks,
that was
guys,
impressive.
for the third place match. Before we jump into those games real quick, I would like to invite Calvin to join us in the call real quick. He is going to be revealing his new card. So you can all get an early preview of it, and then we'll go on to the next set. Calvin, let me know if you are able to join the chat. We're in the Team Wars thing, and I have you as permissed now. You should be able to join.
We need to make this interactive and connected. What we're going to do is we will need to analyze if this card could have saved Decoy.
I like
You
it.
mean that then you need to give a battle pet, but with a good AI inside it.
Yo.
Hey.
Hello.
All right, we're going to take a look at your duelist card here, so feel free. I don't know how you guys want to go talking about it, but this is the new card being previewed. Double Agent.
Literal Decoy. I
Yeah,
haven't
so-
seen this, by the way, just the disclaimer.
You haven't seen this yet?
No.
All right. I hope you had it as much as
Well,
everyone
this
else
was
then.
cancer.
Yeah, it's pretty cancer. It's when I was thinking of this card, the first thing that came to mind was the number 2. So it's 2/2/2 with 2 in the name. Yeah, it's more Mind Warper nonsense. You draw a card from your opponent's deck as the opening gambit, and the drawback to that is that when it dies, it goes back into your opponent's deck. But then they just get a 2/2/2 and they take more cards from your deck.
So
So
this is like a mix of a very shit Sojourner with a mix of a very shit Silvertone Corsair.
yeah,
No. Look, Ferocca, once again, put things into context. Would it have helped against Artifact Vitruvian?
I mean, stealing a Roy's Tears is kind of cool, I guess.
Yeah, stealing cards against them is great. Then getting your cards is useless for them. Think about that.
True.
Decoy.
yeah, it's fucking 2/2 stat line. So this isn't gonna be doing anything when it's on the board, other than maybe killing an Orb Weaver. But
No, think about this again. Imagine it with the lock. I mean, you're doing
Lock,
such a
this is a
shitty
creature,
job
yeah.
at selling your own card. Come on.
No, you're right. I do fucking love this card. Like,
Yes, we need to sell orbs. Go.
I mean, think of the memes. Like, you have your Sojourner, Mind Warper, Silvertongue Corsair, Ethermaster decks. You can throw this in there. It's practically made for them. And, like, you play against Abyssian, you're going to lose to Shadow Nova, but that's okay, because you just play this turn 1 and you get their rev, and then they just draw this when they're at 7 mana.
I
You know
love
what
the
I-
design on this card, and I think it's an interesting step towards sabotaging your opponent's deck in a decent way. It's a guaranteed card pilfer, and the only thing that's going back is a 2/2 at worst.
Yeah, and keeps your hand full.
I want to point something out that we have a bunch of tryhards here because we keep talking about, what the card does while ignoring, I think, the coolest part of it is how it looks.
Oh my god, dude. They did such an amazing job on this art. Like, I sent them some shitty sketches that I made in my notebook in class, and they made this absolutely beautiful sprite, which was way better than what I ever would have expected.
You don't have the sounds, right?
And I don't have the sounds, no.
I do not
No,
have the
but-
sounds, no.
Yeah, and as I said, I'm not joking. I haven't seen this. I don't look like this stuff in advance. But like, just imagine this, but with an appropriate sound.
Oh, I'm really excited to hear the sounds now.
Yeah, it's like. mm.
Oh,
Man,
they did such a
could-
killer job on the attack and death animations.
Couldn't you make the better card? I want to play this.
Yeah, I'm gonna be putting 3 of these in all my decks now.
Yeah, but the problem, you should have at least made it like, I don't know, a 1/4, right? So that it doesn't die, so you get to see the animations.
Yeah, but then it's not double agent. It's gotta have 2s on every number.
Okay. But what if it summoned 2 of them?
Uh,
I have,
that was an idea, but that was a little overtuned.
I have an important question for you, Calvin. Why are you that big of a Michael Jackson fan? Like, he's dead. You don't have to, for a long time, you don't have to pretend anymore that you like him that much, right?
Oh shit! The walk animation should have been moonwalking. You're right.
Yes, it should have.
I really
Listen,
like that
I don't-
float, though.
Oh yeah. He doesn't actually need the legs.
But also, cool thing about this card is that it's at its best in Vitruvian. Because you can do all sorts of stupid stuff with it. First of all, you can buff it, right? First page. Second, you can now siphon it, right? If you want to like go full meme. So you play and siphon it. So they don't get it. And then, actually, now that I'm thinking about, especially in Vitruvian, is it actually that worse than, let's say, Ghostlings? Because it's immediate, right?
Yeah, open and gambit.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
immediate.
Yeah.
It's immediate.
I
I
don't
really
think it's
don't
as-
want this.
Don't want what?
I really don't want this shit to be good, but it is probably.
Yeah, I think, and the other cool thing, I think it's like an ironically like a control card.
I was wondering if you guys think this is gonna be good against fatigue or good in fatigue.
Neither. It's not about that sort of game plan. But basically, if you think about control decks and duelists, what they often want to do is like they want to, especially when they go first, they want to open with a 2-drop. But that also applies to them often going second. And then turn 2, they want to play Lightbender. Because Lightbender kind of does this thing where it just slows the game down to hell. And this does combo with this thing because you play a 2-drop that draws a card for free, and then you Lightbender and you remove sort of the drawback, and it's just good.
But,
Not like
the
really
real
good
crazy
combo.
good.
the real faction to play this in is, it's not coincidence. It's in Calvin's faction. Foxing this and mountainsing this sounds pretty pog.
Yeah, same.
Or aspect of the worm.
That piece, I think, is kind of played. Right?
Maybe
It's not
it could,
it's
like,
any-
Maybe it could tell your opponent what it drew from the opening gap. Like then it
No,
would
it kills the whole point.
I mean, when I was pitching this card, they did bring that up as one of the concerns. I'm not sure if they're going to implement that, but they have talked about it.
I can see the merit in revealing what was drawn to the player. There's a pretty big difference between an unknown and a known on what was taken.
Yeah, the concern was they didn't want people being blindsided by things like a stolen revenant.
All right. Well, Calvin, while you're here, feel welcome to stick around. But we'll move on to the grand finals of.
Wait.
Sure,
Doesn't
sure.
he have something else to remind people of?
Oh yes,
Yes,
absolutely.
I do. I'm hosting a tournament tomorrow with a $1,200 prize pool, sponsored half in part by Mazer and a quarter in part by Cosmic. I'm really excited for it. And-
You're forgetting a quarter.
Hmm?
You're forgetting a quarter.
A quarter is me as well. Yes,
Yes, that's an important part.
and it's free to enter. And all of top 16 gets paid out. So, and it's pretty big payouts. If you make it into the money, you're getting at least $35. So, good reasons to enter, and anyone who enters gets a skin. So, very new player friendly. But there will still be a high level of competition at the top. So, if you're interested in competing in this game, this is a zero cost free to enter tournament. Yeah, and I hope as many people as possible join.
And is it getting casted somewhere?
Yeah, it'll be casted on my Twitch channel a week after the event.
Okay, cool.
Fine,
And
So-
Ferocca's gonna win it.
Yeah,
I
that's.
wouldn't mind.
Jay is really good at following the flow of our commentary here and not being very serious and trying to crack jokes, stuff like that. But I guess we have finals to cast, right?
There are finals to cast, and I wasn't gonna chase you away, Calvin. If you would like to join in for the finals, we have Juve's
Nah.
Disciples versus Humans.
Try to watch, but I do need to go to bed, so I'm gonna head out. But thanks for letting me come in, show off the card, and have fun with the finals.
Thanks very
Good times.
much. You have a nice rest. All right, guys. Grand finals are here. I will set up a prediction after we get the first deck started, but we have the these are the number 1 and number 2 seeds going toe to toe. I don't know if you guys have seen the results, but do you have any thoughts on the set? Any hopes or dreams that you want to witness for the grand finals?
I have a dream. Yes.
Do you tell?
On humans, you have Nangert, Abra, Smarty, who are all like digital friends. Humans is also that border. Who else is in there? Draggle. Well, we all know my story with Draggle. Of course, I hope he wins. And who was the last person in there?
Who did you mention? I think Margadani is on the team. Did you mention him?
Yes, I said
Abracadabra,
Abracadabra,
Smarty, Nangert,
and then I said
Mezelgy.
humans, Draggle.
You forgot.
Oh, Messenger. Yeah,
my
I have
favorite
no
player.
I have no relationship with Messenger at all, so I guess I'm indifferent. And then we have the real lizard lover team, and not the fake lizard lover team. So of course I'm not cheering for that. Yeah, I am cheering for the people that I have warmer feelings for. So I have a dream that they win, and I'm a very unbiased, neutral commentator.
I still of the same opinion.
As me,
Looking
right?
looking at who is opening with what.
What do you mean? I'm confused.
Well, one of them is opening with Magma.
Oh, so I guess I was wrong, and the real lizard lovers are not the real lizard lovers. Neither are the lizard lovers. They're also not the real lizard lovers.
But look closer at this Magma.
Um,
looks pretty bad.
It does it.
Yeah.
So let's do the usual sanity check. It has triple flash. It has triple Mecantra. It has triple metamorphosis. And
It
I think
also
it had
has
triple spirit
Harvesters.
harvest. Exactly. So great deck. Oh, and we have
I
some
think they were trying
spoilers,
to
right?
Spoilers? Why?
Look at the screen.
Uh,
Who could it possibly be playing Ambition?
Rusty Shackleford. Oh yeah, he doesn't have. He has all ravens except Magmar, so must be the lizard lover.
I'm surprised we can see his hand. Apparently, he has no friends.
Like the
But
thing with playing Komodo is like your deck has no other way of using it. Like if you play in Liar, you can like 5-mana Tempest. No, fuck, 5-mana Envy. Sorry. Like you have no way of using the card. Like,
there is a
half-
simple Decoy. There is a simple use for it. It's a one mana
like you
1/3.
mean
It's a 1 mana 1/3. That alone is good enough. Unless you're playing a faction that already has this stuff, and this one actually doesn't. Because imagine you can just play it in open middle tile, for example. That's already extremely annoying. So I don't think it's as bad as you think, unless your game plan is very straightforward, hit them in the face.
okay.
And you know, Magmar can also get very clunky hands. It can help allowing to play 2 cards in a turn, which can help finding answers because you draw 2 cards instead of 1, and threats as well besides answers.
Here is another kind of thing to think about is this is Team Wars Finals and this is Abracadabra, and they're also opening with this. So kind of like probably this isn't stupid. Good chance, considering all those factors.
I am a bit surprised though that he replaced Earthsphere rather than Claws, because stacking artifacts like that against Abyss, you're just overextending into the face pings.
It's not about stacking. Actually, double claws are very good because you play one, but then you play the second one. Like Ferocca, you must have faced it on ladder. It's super annoying.
Oh yeah, but I mostly felt like it's very good from Gauntlet. Like I draft it quite often. I value it quite high. I value it higher than that Silatar sometimes, for example. Because yeah, it's very annoying. It's a bit like Regalia, and in some matchups, it being worse than Regalia doesn't matter because the 5th attack point matters more. So mostly in the mirror and against Lionar. I think it's very good against Lionar in the mirror.
Do you think he would have replaced last turn? He had Jax instead of Harvester. Not last turn, this turn.
Jax?
Jaxi. He had Jax instead of Harvester. He replaced it into Harvester. Thinking, because this is an actually interesting turn, right? Because you can try playing Claws here, actually, which sounds a bit insane, but they are on 3 cards. You're going to remove one of them. Or you could have played double 2, hope to draw something better, but I don't even know what he has in terms of being better, right? What could he have hoped for? I think maybe Veteran or something like that. But if you kind of don't look at the game state before that, this play looks kind of weird, right? You're playing close, and they have 2 things on the board to clear them, but they just played a bunch of things and they have 3 cards in hand. So chances are they can't clear them.
Yeah, the chances is actually, well, not that low because there's 2 pings on board, but yeah. If they have to play a ping now, then they stay in top deck mode, or they only play a ping, and that's garbage. It actually looks pretty good for Abra because.
Well,
yeah.
let's see the replays, right?
Hmm?
He hasn't.
Oh yeah, he could just
Simon
replace
hasn't.
into. Well, Vopper Reaver meme doesn't work yet. He has 5 mana, but.
Okay, that's
It'll be. Yeah, so that's not horrible. It's still not a great turn, just playing 2 things that die to Harvester. But yeah, Harvester is not as good against Creep of course.
Yeah, just what I'm thinking, you know, this close thing would have been ideal a turn before. Or I mean a turn after, because then on their 6th mana they have to deal with it. But this turn is so WTF to me. Like, you would clear close here, right?
Yeah, because that shit is very hard to get rid of, and obviously you have to do it on your own turn.
And it's just
Also, he played, you know, Dark Transform on a fucking 2/1 Young Scimitar. That's just.
I want to say one thing. This is some sort of one draw brain. I have to remove the entire board every turn. I don't have a better explanation for this.
Yeah, and I hope you can admit that I don't have that much of a one draw brain, right? I
But
couldn't fucking
here is
transform a 2/1.
here is the funniest part. The 5-mana Tempest is about to come out. I'm not even sure that he needs it. He could play 3+2. Because, like, think about that. You just witnessed that play, and you think, like, playing Dark Transformation on a 2/1 is incredibly stupid, so their last card has to be another removal, right? Because otherwise, why would you do that?
Yeah, but I wouldn't mind playing into removal here, because then, like, what
Yeah,
good turn
Mercantor.
can he have if he plays removal? Yeah, and Mercantor.
Yeah, and he also, you see, he places it forward because, you know, this way it's going to be easier to deal damage, worst case scenario. Because what a lot of people would do on ladder is like kind of backline harvester. Oh, look! How is he so good? He he actually did have removal as his last card. We just didn't notice it. That's right. It's not like he replaced Sentries or something.
You know what? I hope that he replaces into Flash Elder now, which is not possible, but I hope he does it anyway.
You know, just replace it into Flash Elder in the way you replace a Dream Gazer.
Yes.
Just replace it and get an Elder behind yourself. Actually, cool card. Like, you know, whenever you place this spawn, like a Scimitar or Elder Egg behind your general. Not necessarily an Elder, but you get the idea. Okay.
Is he going to play a 5-mana Blood Tier now?
I was thinking, if you play Jaxi, you could also play Fortitude.
You can play what?
Fortitude.
Yes, you can. But it's still kind of meh.
I think Fortitude is only playable if you play a lot of rush minions.
I really appreciate the fact how Decoy tries to find is to go face into anything. And you know, this must be kind of frustrating for Abukadani because he knows that Siban is always top decking, right? But there is always this one top deck that kind of screws you over, right? So right now he can just slam another Harvester, move like one forward, he's fine. But what if there is a Revenant?
Yeah,
okay,
or Nova.
No, Nova, you're fine because you slam Harvester and then you move, right? Okay. It's kind of livable. I don't think his deck loses to Nova in principle just because he has Spears, right?
Spirit? You mean Sphere or Sphere?
Yeah,
right?
Spears,
Yeah.
Spear. And just kind of commenting on how annoying it must be to play against. You know, you would definitely scream about card advantage and all that sort of stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because that shit never matters.
We're about to get what's his name? An Elucidator that doesn't deal damage to you.
And 5 mana.
Yes. And also gives. No, I'm not talking about Harvester. I'm talking about Komodo.
The Komodo with claws, yeah. Hey, that's pretty good.
Wait, I'm so incredibly confused by everything that's going on.
Yeah, because I, for example, think it's better to not kill the egg, because then you can't get hit in the face. And who cares, leaving the egg up? I mean, that's an option at least. And then you could blood tier face twice to almost get rid of the claws. Or, I don't know, he didn't... He finally didn't have a good top deck, so there wasn't a good turn anyway.
Yeah. And like I'm just sitting here and thinking, if I were Abracadabra right now, how annoying this sort of situation would be. He's in because clearly he's like ahead, but he has what late game does he have? Any idea? Harper, do we have like decks on hand? Are they posted in Worst Chat?
No, they're not
But
posted.
that would...
What was your
that would-
question? I was busy doing some stuff.
What late game does Abracadabra have?
2 Swords of Akron is as late as it gets.
Okay.
Oh, there are no elders, okay.
Nothing
It's
over 6 mana.
Probably what he would prefer to get here. Right? And it's kind of cool, right? Because he plays stuff in such a way that you can't like Nova turns without losing out on damage, and the general is separated, and there is still a rush threat on the board. So, still really fine, but I also think kind of frustrating to play this game with him because you're playing a guy who is top decking all the time, while you kind of have the card advantage .meme, but your cards are kind of not that great. Imagine having like Metamorphosis and Double Mecantor and having them all be bad just because of how much ahead you are. Oh, are we going to witness Legendary Harvester is bad because you can do it late? I think this is happening. Oh wait, he's going to play 1 damage minion because Mecantor isn't real.
I mean, he's gonna walk 2 forward, right? So then it's kind of not real. Wouldn't you want to play that close to your Ghostling so that your face doesn't get Mecantored?
Yeah, just at this point, I think you have to assume they have a Mecantor, right? There's no way Magma doesn't have Mecantor on 6 cards on 8 mana without playing a single one. So yeah, like...
Yeah, so I think it made a little more sense to play the blood tier like below the Ghostlings.
Right.
It does mean they can run away from your blood tier, but it's better than giving them a Mecantor, because Abracadabra wouldn't have had a real play if Mecantor wasn't playable. I guess you could play it to kill 2 shitty 2-drops, but...
Yeah, just... What I'm also thinking about, there is this cool idea of not moving the Harvester. And the reason being, say you play Mecantor this turn, and you play just Mecantor. Or you could even flash Mecantor and play another clause. That's even better. And then the next turn, they probably want to rev. And the best thing they can rev is Harvester that they just lured. And then if you don't move it, the Revenant is just in the corner, so they need another lure to get rid of what he's going to do. Except, move the Harvester. But this is just good, right?
Yeah, I think so, because it also means they can't rev face, because
the
rev just dies. Also, pushing damage is nice against, any kind of late game Abyss deck. Now, the Earthsphere is also potentially nice. Well, he's still not top decking any 7-drops, which is a bit unfortunate at this point. Especially with the Ghostling cycle.
But I don't think it mattered, right? So say he has a 7-drop, then what? He's dead next turn.
Yeah. Yeah, Revan Nova too slow .meme has activated. If there had been no Mecantor play last, well, I guess he could have Mecantored face empty anyway.
Yeah, but I just kind of wanted to highlight something. We just saw a Magmar play game, and it was kind of a cool game.
Yeah, we also saw him go through half of the deck without getting any of the 8 late game cards. Triple Nova, Rev, and then 2 Vorpal Reavers.
Yeah, but as I said, I don't think it would have changed much, right?
No.
Okay, and then they have the Driven against Magmar. Then
They might have queued this just because of Scarab.
I'm going to be back in like 1 minute, but this Vitruvian deck just looks. Either Draggle made this and he knows what he's doing and they just stole it, or it's just bad. One of the two.
Yeah, that's kind of like the Dragol decks, right? They look like a random silver player made it, but then it turns out it's actually good, or at least when Dragol plays it, in some kind of magic. Yeah, Mace is probably going to get something now. Abra winning a game. Oh yeah, Smarty told me that he hadn't won a single Team Wars game, but well, that changed now. Congrats, Abra.
Yeah, I've seen this like vet deck, but it's like zoo with like tigers in it. I remember. It has tigers in it.
Well, when I did play a bunch of Maces Zoo, I did often wish I had some out of hand damage. So, and also, was this Dragol's team? No, this is Simon's team. Never mind. You know, Dragol plays Tiger in every deck, so it would have made sense. There's no net select in Abra's deck. Were the Shrouds? Do you remember?
I'm back and I
No,
want to find something out.
What did you
It
find out?
just occurred to me. The two reasons why Abracadabra won the previous game is Claws and Komodo Charter. Because those two specific cards force Siban just to use his entire hand turn 2 essentially, right? To just ping the artifact. And he also dispelled the Komodo Charger, right?
Yeah.
So Decoy, you made fun of it, but it clearly won him the game.
Yeah, Claws is a very legit card. I kept telling Abra to play it because he kept complaining about Linar into Magmar, and I was like, you know, try Claws. Maybe that's why he's playing it now. I don't know.
Yeah,
Maybe it was
it's
supposed to
just
be against
really cool because it's like when you think about it, he won the game out of the opening, but he still had to finish it off properly.
Yeah.
So card advantage matters.
That was a nice game indeed, you know, because of the card advantage mattering.
Okay.
What do you think about putting the Veteran Scimitar in front of Vad's face? Because he seems to be pseudo backlining it. Yeah.
I wouldn't do it. I would actually reverse the two. I would place the veteran where the Komodo is.
Yeah, the Komodo needs protecting, the Veteran doesn't.
Or yeah, I think I'm starting to get it. Oh no, I don't get it. I was thinking there was like an idea of kind of with Entropic here, but no, there is no idea with Entropic here. I mean, with forcing them to Entropic their own stuff. So yeah, I think it would have been a bit better if the veteran was on the bottom.
You mean switch the Komodo and the Veteran around? These two
Yeah.
positions?
Yeah.
But what do you think about the Veteran Scimitar in front of Vav? I feel like that slightly more aggressive positioning is nice. I don't think I would mind if the Portal Guardian somehow gets buffed to 5 attack and the Veteran Scimitar dies, because then you can kill off the Portal Guardian very easily the next turn. And it's also unlikely anyway that it would go to 5 attack. They would need like Primus or Weaver.
But you don't need to get it to 5 attack because cards like Entropic Decay exist.
Yeah. So you think this play was to play around DK so that the egg can't be hit, and it's just annoying?
No, with like there are like a couple of things to think about here. One, with the hand Amber had, the play you're saying makes sense because he knows he has the claws. So if he gets entropic, he can still counter with claws, but it's a bit clunky, right? Because he still needs to hit with like some other minion. But then if you think further, you might consider, okay, I might be able to follow up with the claws even if they have the answer. But after that, if they have rushes, it's really not that clear who is winning, right?
Yeah, especially if they play Portal Guardian with the Russians.
Yeah.
That would be pretty threatening.
And like the way I would think about that is you have 90 seconds, right? And once you get to this point where like, okay, they might have rushes, and then what? It's already like getting way too complicated to spend time on it, so it's better to play a more like simplistic position. Unless you literally know how the other one is likely to play out. Right? Because if you think at what Amber did, he just almost autopiloted just standard sort of anti-frenzy ladder. Because familiar position, you just have this quite often. I just realized, and this is completely insane, but imagine if Siban had like Primus Fist, Astral Phasing, and Siphon. That would have actually been an insane punish for a fight. But let's get to the stuff that's happening right now, because clearly it isn't playing around those cards. You know?
Yeah, I actually have seen Sivan play Astral Phasing in the past, so it could have happened.
Actually, here is another idea why this player Brokarani has made make sense, which is because it does slow the game down, right? If you do your play, it kind of invites the opponent to accelerate. And Modern Vitruvian, even Sabotage one, basically any Vitruvian other than Artifact, doesn't really like to split the board or when everyone is at 25 health. Right?
Yeah,
and
but I
against
think
Hanzo, they have... Yeah, go ahead.
But late game, that wins this 100%.
No. I don't think so.
Why? I mean, he has no Elder.
Yes, but he has 60 health.
Yeah, I guess.
So, like, you
But-
play Harvester and pass. What now?
I mean, Scarab can fuck this matchup. if you
There
play it properly.
are only two. That's why I said at the start that I'm really confused about this deck, because it's almost as if he took a Draggles deck, then changed some cards that really have to be 3 offs to 2 offs, and added some 2 offs he likes. So the deck is neither this nor that, you know? Because when you look at his deck, it doesn't have like critical mass of something for it to be an actual game plan. Oh man, this is actually so interesting. I mean, the turn that is happening. Because it's like literally telling them into their face, I have a Mecanter, deal with it. Man, it's actually so interesting, right? Because like this is why I'm saying that Vitruvian doesn't like to split the board. Because what do you do here? Even though you have Mirage, right? Which is kind of like counters, Mecanter, and all that sort of stuff. And it's really fortunate for him that he has Entropic. But if he didn't, he would be really screwed here because he has to run away, but he can't play anything because it will be guaranteed to get Mecanter, so she just kind of has to pass. But I guess Siban is really good at drawing. So now he has something really good, right? Because he can just Entropic, clear the egg, and get some draw.
Yeah, you can make an anti-Mecanter box in the top if you want, although then too much shit is backlined, since only the Shrek flies. And you also need to play around the next Metamorphosis, I guess. Is he playing that in Macanter and phase range? That was a bit weird.
Yeah. That's your classic rope.
Oh, I'm familiar with that.
Okay. So the way things look to me right now is you really want a Flesh Harvester. Actually, I take it back. You can just run away.
And that is something Abukadani does like to do when he doesn't have the Great Overplay, then he usually just backs off. But I don't. Well, what are you doing in this case if you run away though? You hope he plays into Metamorphosis magically next turn?
No. So here is you run away and you play Rejuve. And the thing is, you're like at 6 counts, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you can see the cards he has, right?
Mm-hmm.
But here is the twist. Siban can't, right? So
Yeah.
when they do a play like that, you're kind of like, okay, so they're on 6 mana and they're doing this sort of stuff, and it's possible that they have the Harvester combo. Well, he doesn't, he's just bluffing it. But you still have to assume they have it. So you kind of need to get rid of your stuff. Because you can't just, slam stuff.
So you mean Siban is kind of forced to play into Metamorphosis because he has to get the shit into his face before he gets meta comboed?
No, it's the other way around. He might think, okay, he has the meta combo, I shouldn't start throwing a bunch of stuff on the board. And that slows the game down enough for Abracadabra to actually get the meta combo.
That's a pretty funny idea. I like it.
Yeah, it used to be fairly common back in 2015.
I don't think Abba thinks that Siban thinks that though.
It's not about, it's like when you play enough games, as for example Control Mindborn, you just do those things out of experience. It's not like doesn't even register for most people. And Abracadabra has played a ton of Control Mindborn.
Yeah.
And that is why he likes to back off, right? He might not even think about this consciously, although I think that he possibly does. It's just that, well, Steven doesn't give a shit apparently about any Metamorphosis lessons. But basically, it's just that when you play it a lot, you kind of get into this sort of experience that you have when you back off. Certain things happen, and they're generally positive, even if you don't necessarily realize why that is positive or why they're happening the way they're happening. But yeah, Saban just doesn't care.
I mean, the meta combo is not possible yet.
Yes, it isn't possible, but say Amber does literally anything, and then the next turn he has a meta combo.
Yeah. It would be nice to play 2 cards for that reason, but it's not really possible unless you play part of the combo.
Yeah. But I think he's still fine. Jay is saying that Siban has 1 more turn, so getting more formal damage is fine. I agree with just pushing damage. I strongly disagree with playing Mirage Master, because they don't know what Abracadabra is running, right? He could be running Elders, he could be running God knows what. And they definitely know that he's running Mechanters, which, by the way, Siba needs to deal with right now. So playing Mirage they really don't like. I feel like this is once again some sort of one-job raid, where you try to force the issue instead of trying to lay out your resources efficiently.
But like the cancer thing about Vitruvian is like they can dispel check you every turn. So if you like do the meta combo thing, it's like still coin flipping. Because like next turn they can play minions that you have to answer or you die. Anyway.
No, so I can tell you from experience, dealing with Meta Flash Harvester is insanely difficult for Vitruvian. Like once that happens, it's almost impossible to come back. It's like one of the reasons why it was such a complaint about the combo is because it was prevalent during Vitruvian meta, so most people would play Vitruvian, and it's so crushing. Because yes, you can dispel like Harvester and play stuff, but they still have a Harvester, right? And they can just start racing you the other way around, and you can't do much. And obviously, just the value of clearing like 6 cards with 3 and still having a board and body on board is insane. And I just want to see poetic justice of Siban getting harvested 2 times in a row. But doesn't look like this is happening.
Yeah, we haven't seen it at all in Abra's hand, so slightly unfortunate.
Yeah.
I guess just run into the corner and play
Can't-
heals.
He can't like meta anymore like he did before because he already did it once. So you can't just stall with it.
Yeah.
This
then
is
we
still,
would get more.
this is still winnable because he would like actually remove half of Siban's deck just with his face, with the amount of kills he has.
Yeah, except Scarab never takes damage.
Well, I'm assuming that you do all that face tanking stuff after you draw the combo.
Yeah.
And well, this is such an amount of greed, Jesus. You know, Jay, you should take back all you said about pushing more face damage and stuff like that, because here he clearly chose not to push face damage with the Portal Guardian that has reach, and instead try to clear with it. This is actually so weird, he could have even gone for full surround.
Yeah, and then you can't even get. No, you actually can still get meta comboed.
Yeah, like you can still get meta combat, but it's not like he's playing around meta, right? Because he just dropped a bunch of stuff anyways.
Yeah.
So, okay, it's not going to happen. And yeah, he's dead next turn. Even if, well, actually, technically not dead because you can meta, and
Yeah, he
Just
has
have
to.
another
He has
turn.
no choice. Yeah, just get last metamorphosis with first harvester on the draw. Easy.
yeah, Nangert is suggesting that it was reasonable to hold it. I don't know. I think that idea is like some sort of hindsight bias. And not in the sense that the game is basically over, but in the sense that you know what the deck is playing against. Because there are Vitruvian decks where Harvester isn't exactly great against them.
Artifact, Hoggers.
Yes, that too. Apparently that's meta now. Yeah, and he isn't going to have a combo next turn, no matter what. Okay, so here you start asking the question, what do you bring against this? And the correct answer would be to bring out Jogal Vitruvian and show how it's actually done. But is it going to
But
happen?
why do you think Drogal Vitruvian is favored against this?
I don't think it's favorite. It's about sending a message.
The most important part of playing Duelist.
Yes. You can like close the armor.
I like that play. You know, close Earth Sphere kind of counts as Aymara. You only take 1 damage.
Yes, and you keep the claws.
Yeah, entirely. All 3 charges. OP.
And it's about as OP as Aymara herself, you know.
I like that he. Well, maybe he needed it. I didn't count, to be honest, but I'm pretty sure he didn't need to play show the Bone Storms for the next games, right? Or did he just not have lethal without that? I didn't count.
I think even if he didn't have lethal without it, there is actually an idea to not show them anyways. Right? Just do it one more turn.
Yeah, that is pretty 5-head, but there was no way, you could play it so that Harvester combo would kill themselves. I'm pretty sure that will be possible.
Okay, so they bring out the Songhai deck, which, as far as I've heard, Dragal really struggles against, so it kind of makes sense that they would be like, okay, this is some sort of Dragalish Vitruvian. Dragal, what do we do? Just bring out the Songhai. But it has sort of mech.
Yeah, which can be pretty nice if they play a lot of 2-drops.
How do you feel about cutting foxes from Spell High?
Cut what?
Foxes.
I mean, it's definitely not their best card, but I don't know. You don't really. You need a good 3-drop, I think, in that deck. A minion, obviously.
You have a sort of mech now.
Yeah, Sword of Mech is not bad, but it's usually only good out of hand because MDS is not the real card anymore. It's not as consistent.
Like, if you think about openers, sort of mech is much better than Fox.
Well, you get very good zoning around the mana tiles, yes.
Yeah, and it's like if they get removed, then for the most part, mech sort of mech is a bit harder to remove from Aggron, for example, right? Because they often can't natural select it. So I don't know. The reason I'm asking is like when I play Spell High lately, the card I really want to cut is Fox. It's just always so useless.
I like it in some situations when, of course, when the hand size is low.
Does it actually happen? Like, the problem is that it's like most of the time you kind of either play the Fox early when the hand size is low and you get Phoenix Fires, and together with them you get a bunch of draw cards, which are now useless. Or you get Fox late when you already have a bunch of cards and the Fox is useless.
I wish we could play Gorehorn in Spell High again. That was good times.
Yeah, you could have Gorehorn at home, which deals the same amount of damage. Well, almost the same.
But Paradise?
No. I mean Kaido Assassin.
Oh, yeah.
In that slot, I've also seen you play Hammond. Like the slot where you played Sword of Mech. I don't know what he cut. But there's a lot of random shit in there, so.
Well, maybe replacing Lantern Fox with Hammond makes perfect sense, because there are a bunch of decks that struggle with Hammond, and also the ones that don't, you can bait removal a lot, and then if it sticks, it kind of just wins. And it also kind of draws a card, right? Because it's a fucking 5-drop. And it's actually guaranteed to draw a card, because Lantern Fox might get answered. So maybe that's the play. I don't know. I didn't test.
I also want to point out the fact that Siban got punished with his opener.
What did he do? I wasn't paying attention.
Well, he moved next to the mana tile and also placed the minion next to it. Well, the second one isn't hyper important, but those two together is kind of low. So I had to take all the mana tiles, play a bunch of stuff, and also attack whatever they want with war. Right? Because
So-
like look at this board situation.
So then what do you suggest? Is turtle openers?
Yes, if you turtle at least they can't like do all of that at the same time.
Yeah.
This looks over already.
Yes. It doesn't
I like,
look over. It is.
They have 0 mana removal for that 4-drop. What do you replace
You even
here? I
do
guess
that-
Phoenix
like-
Fire,
like-
right?
Yeah, but on the one hand, you could replace Phoenix Fire, but on the other hand, you could play it. Right? That's what I'm saying about folks being banned. Because
Yeah.
if you like jax something to get the backstab out, then the thing you jaxed is going to die. Did he replace already?
No.
Because like if
Unless
that
I
were
was
me,
playing.
if that were me, I think I would replace Inner Focus. I don't see much value in it early on, especially in a situation like that. You know, you have stuff on board. You don't need to. Oh, but the other thing you might want to do is Inner Focus right now before there is an artifact.
Yeah, that makes sense on the Fox.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is he gonna do that? Yeah,
Yep.
he is.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, so here I think for spell high, a reasonable spell plan is just not spell plan, game plan. Replace last, get punished. That's not the plan, that's just what happened. But a reasonable game plan is like trade the stuff you have right now for health, back away, and you already have a combo in hand. And just finish them off. But yeah, this is over. Like I think you could just literally just step 2 back and be like, okay, whatever, and show your game. I mean, like some sort of maximum troll here is to play Killing Edge on 1-3 and just Phoenix Fireface. Just be
Yeah, and run away with everything else. Yeah.
No, the things, the characters you don't move at all. You don't move them. Nah, I mean, these people, they're so polite, you know. They're like, they let their opponents think they have a chance instead of letting them sink into the pit of despair.
Maybe Nangut is a nice boy.
Well, you may decide. So what do you do here?
Sibyl Energy XD.
Like, I know what Jay would do here. He would reach for the escape button.
He's very good at knowing when to do that.
But siphoning and ghost links. Is he also going to hit it? Just, it's about as good as a 5-mana Tempest, honestly.
That actually sounds
But-
pretty good to me.
You know what's funny? Even if you can't get a Jax, you might even consider not going for Jax. Right? Well, you could pop Imara off with Entropic, right? If you're like that desperate. Yeah.
I You know what I think you do is you play 4 wins super backline, can't be entropic, and you Phoenix Fire MR and hit it with your own face. Just as you always say, just send a message. I honestly think that you still win quite easily if you do that. Because
Yeah, but
going to what would it be to 14 is fine.
I like this one more.
Same. But it does send less of a message, so.
Except, well, he kind of played into Sash Fury, which isn't really cool.
That
But
is
also, like, it
literally
doesn't
5
matter.
mana Tempest, though.
Yes.
Fury.
Well, the idea is that you can at least remove the 4 wins with it. Right, because that's the only way to answer 4 wins he has right now, because another Siphon is both unlikely and not actually great.
No. Still 4 damage with Jux.
Yes. And I also like that he kept Mana Vortex. Mike didn't like try to rush it for a draw and just kept it for better turns. Because he can actually have little next turn.
I mean, very easily
with Mana
even.
Vortex. Yes. Actually, do you think it's going to happen?
Well, Nanger didn't play a whole lot of burst and he played only 1 Jux, so yeah, I think the chance is very high. It would be
But
unfortunate.
is it going to happen?
I'm going to say yes.
Decoy?
Well,
No.
maybe not, because he's going to 18 HP and full surround with minions, so I changed my vote.
I'm going to say yes as well.
I used to say yes, but there's only
Yeah,
space
no.
for 2 minions, so
Nobody cares about that.
if he gets another Heaven's Eclipse and then some insane high rolls, then it should be possible. It should be possible in general. But yeah, if he gets lucky, Jux double save science view, would it be later? What's that? No Jux is unfortunate. Well, he played 1, but still.
Would have been cool if he had 1 more mana.
Yeah, then you can make a nice sword play. Well, the sword would still die because of the Imara provoke if you want to hit everything with frenzy.
Yeah, but that would just be a nice forehead play.
True.
Actually, you could just double. Wait, he might actually have it.
Lethal here. Can we pause?
Yes.
Finally, I want to pause. Finally.
Oh, so he can deal like 4, 8, 10, 11.
I can't imagine that's lethal.
He doesn't have it.
No. Also thanks to Imara.
No, the idea I had in mind is that.
Why did he play 2 inner focuses though? Because he could have also killed the Ghostlings with the Kaidos. And then...
But this pushes more damage if he goes face with them now.
Yeah, that's true. You have 4 wins active and shit. Yeah.
And also, actually, they stay alive if he doesn't damage, right? Because otherwise they would get 2 health. And then
He
5
didn't
mana
hit
Tempest.
with the Kaidos though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that you also have the option of not hitting with them, and then they stay alive, and 5 mana Tempest doesn't clear them, stuff like that.
Yeah. And it's also kind of impossible to play shit around backstab now with these Kaidos not being dead on board.
The play I was thinking about is that you double inner focus the sword, but you don't hit the AMR on the second inner focus. And I think if he had Jax instead of Killing Edge, he would have been like maybe 1-off or something. So it could have been really close.
Why is everyone winning shit in chat? Why am I not winning anything?
Random raffle chance, Ferocca. You're in there.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Also, Jay's the most sensible person here. Look at the hand size of Angert after this turn. So he had to play this many cards to draw the cards he was getting from Vortex.
Yeah, true. Then you'll get more damage anyway. Simon also had a choice here to Tiger Primus that thing and then Tiger another Kaido. Is that really better? I didn't really think about it. If that's better. What did he do instead? Tiger, DK, Mystic. The other play would have a Primus on board instead of Mystic. That doesn't matter, and a Kaido would still be like. So I guess it's the same situation. For fearless leader, denounced the rig battle. There was born hand, don't need inner focus anyway. Yep. Do it. Boar doesn't need inner focus to get rushed. Fun fact. I'm falling half asleep, Mazer. Can you wake me up?
No.
Oh.
You have something that should wake you up in like a couple hours.
True. That is happening in. I actually got a message from her. She wants to be there at 12:30.
See, I
can you
knew
still
I knew
do
that.
Everything? What did you know?
That it's going to be in 2 hours.
So are we going to be on time, or should I tell her to come an hour later?
Yes, we're going to be on time, right, Harper?
Well, I also have to go to a station, which is like 40 minutes.
Yeah, totally no spoilers, guys. Actually, can you DM it to him? Okay, there is a god talking to us, not a ghost, just a god, which is short for ghost of all time.
The ghostest ghost of all time. That sounds super spooky.
Yeah, I would think like about the comment about fun and interactive high. I just kind of want to point out that this game was once again won out of the opening, as far as I'm concerned. Like if I played against the person who opened like that against some, I would get triggered. And thankfully, Simon got punished for opening like that.
Yeah, you think he should have turned, right?
Yes.
With a Portal Guardian, it will be fine though, right?
And we are just going to ignore that comment and not say anything. There are just.
I said, oh, okay, but.
No. Yeah. But you will need to do your thing, Ferocca, but we won't tell what thing. Maybe you're going to ask your girlfriend to come later. Maybe she has time. Nobody knows.
Maybe I'm just going to sleep right after the cast.
Maybe you're going to die.
Also possible. Maybe we get hit by an earthquake right now. Both of us. Just nationwide destruction.
They do it again. Like these people, they never learn. I guess against Slayer, it makes a bit more sense because you could have Tempest, but they don't have it.
I mean, it's Bright Guy. He when did he ever play Duelist 2? I don't think I've ever seen him ever except in Team Wars.
No, I think he played like in December or during network tests, something like that. Well, maybe it's not even him, maybe it's Sibel. I don't know. Then it would explain why he does the same mistake.
Yeah, maybe it's just, maybe Sibin is the real Decoy team. But he didn't talk about it, so he didn't get disqualified. Do you think the game is over? Lionheart has very good combat mechanics, obviously, but this does look pretty strong with no Lightbender in hand.
I saw that he plays out like Sentinel for some reason.
I mean, that's not a bad card, but...
Yeah. I want to say that Nanget is amazing. Because this is like the opposite of one draw brain right here. And this is actually so fucking smart. Because
why is it so much smarter? Like, I like developing more too because, it's a fucking Mystic, who cares, but...
Because the best answer to this, or to anything he could have done actually, would have involved the Tempest, now Tempest kind of sucks because you Tempest your own stuff and you get Phoenix Fires. And if they don't have it, they're just completely screwed. Right, because
both
the
plays
other
would be.
no, so the other thing he could have done is like play a Fox and play Phoenix Fire, right?
Yeah.
But then the opponent's general can just reach the Chakra without any problems.
So you're mostly concerned about Regalia to clear the Chakra?
No, I am considered about how many potential turns they could have, because they could also like martyr them and walk away from Chakra, right? Because Nangert knows that he doesn't have a Jax.
Yeah.
And even if he did have a Jax, there would be nothing to Jax with, and it's bad to Jax early, stuff like that. So he did a turn that requires the opponent to have some very specific things. And even then, it's not great. Like, yeah, sure, there is like is semi-board clear, but that is wasting a whole immolation, which is like a huge tool against Songhai.
So here, I guess you just tempo 4 wins the end, and you of course protect the Chakra.
No, I don't. I think I would have done what Nangert has done.
Because you could read that he doesn't have answers in hand, right?
No, because there are no good answers to this. Like, what do you imagine Braga have playing here aside for Dancing Blades? Which actually Dancing Blades isn't even good because they will be in the fucking Narnia.
I mean, just
Like,
Martyrdom Silverguard Knight is decent.
it's decent, but you're 10 health behind. And that's, once again, A, the best possible answer. 2, Nangert can deal with that Silverguard easily in a way that most likely requires Braga to have another Holy Immolation. So, like, well, I actually really like what he's doing each turn, because it is like, unless you have one specific thing, I am getting slowly ahead, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you get one specific thing, then we're going to be somewhat even, but you will need another specific thing. Like, look at how good this is. He didn't have the one specific thing, and now he's just so screwed. Because not only is he like almost 20 health behind, but there is an entire board of distance between them.
So you're saying it's RD's?
It's are good. It's actually are good.
If you run away even more now, you can play around Imo, but you can also just walk 2 forward after placing it backwards. But then
Like,
it can technically be emote, so you could back off entirely and then it can't be emote at all.
yeah. But you guys saw spoilers for this match, right?
Well, not really, but I've heard a hint from a ghost.
Okay. And you, Decoy, I think you just know how it went, right?
Yeah.
And it's so much better than the spoilers suggested. You know?
I like this play more, that you stay somewhat in range and also can't get emote on the 4 winds. And you get off the wall, because you could also play the 4 winds down, walk 2 forward, but then you're against the wall, and 4 winds could still die to emote. It doesn't hit your face, but still gets rid of your 4 winds, and obviously if 4 winds sticks, you kill them, so.
I think that was a better play, actually. Which
There
is,
was.
you place 4 winds where they are, but you move 2 forward.
Yeah, that's one of the ones I suggested, but then your 4 winds can get immo cleared, and you actually don't have a hand that can finish him off without a minion sticking.
Yeah, I think you take that risk.
Why though? Why is being on that spot so much better with your general?
Because he didn't have jacks back then, right?
I think he had Heaven's Eclipse or something. Did he
Yeah,
replace Heaven's
because
Eclipse into Jocks?
basically, and I think he drew jacks. But the idea I'm having is that, that one whole emulation is out, and some 2-drops are out. So the most likely thing, the thing you're most likely to face is actually a provoke, and not a whole emulation. And you can play around provoke by just splitting stuff. And it also sets up for wins running away more. And for a better jacks if you draw one.
Actually, what just happened is what you mean, because if the board was more split, you could move up and play the Lantern Fox to Jocks with. It doesn't matter because he has enough spells, I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just legal. And
But
it's
that
not
is
like
what you mean, right?
it's not like a super huge thing. Right, so it was most likely over. But yeah, if Nangarth is saying he had jacks, then I kind of get it. Or if he had like little in hand, then it's kind of obvious. So it's like, I think a very minor difference, and it's more about like I don't know what's like probabilistically a better play there, because what I'm suggesting is more about trying to draw it out and kind of slowly gain more advantage, which could backfire and get completely blown out.
Or the go
And
for the
the
coin
next,
flip.
I don't think it's a coin flip, right? They have different decks.
Let's see.
I didn't even know the humans team doesn't even play Heartseek.
Yeah.
Yeah, no Heartseeker, and what else? Well, also no one of Spiral, and no one
Yeah,
of
but-
MBS.
But there are 2 Phoenix Fires on the other side.
Yeah.
I think Sword is pretty good in this matchup.
I mean,
Now that I think about
there
it.
are usually not that many minions on board, though.
Yes, but like one of the main problems in this matchup is for health stuff, right?
Yeah.
And he hasn't shown a sword yet, right? Oh no, he did.
Yeah, I guess
that. But if he didn't, it would have been even better. But the idea is that if the game is even or you're somewhat behind and they play a 4 health minion, you're normally screwed because you need to throw damage into it. But Sword solves that problem because what it does is it removes the 4 health thing, deals damage to the opponent's face, and also puts a minion on board.
That sounds suspiciously a lot like Macantor.
But sometimes Macantor is too slow, right?
Exactly. You can't Macantor 4 wins on 4 mana. Okay. This is a bit unfortunate that there is no 2-drop, but you can't always be lucky. Actually, I'm not even sure if you bore here.
I think Lantern Fox is better.
Yeah.
Not just better development, but also Ghostlings just isn't a threat, so it's nice to keep Boar for picking up a Chakri or something.
Yeah, but there is another thing. You're seeing this turn while playing, you're like, does he even know how to play Mirror? Because look
Play
where
what?
Ghostlings is standing. Play Mirror.
Oh.
Because A, look where Ghostlings is standing, and B, like, obviously Nangar doesn't know it, but IC knows his hand, and he doesn't even have a 4-drop. So, like, and he doesn't even have, like, a Phoenix Fire, and he drew his board. He didn't have it in the opening hand. So, if he gets board plus 2-drop, he's screwed. And he can't use that mana tile well if he doesn't get board anyways.
But are you talking about Metal Opener or actually playing
Yeah, middle.
around Boar?
No, me tile.
I really hope they don't Saber Spine Seal the board to kill the thing. Plus,
No, that's not
did
as
it.
bad because but the checker is for health now.
Yeah. That is a big deal.
Imagine. Okay, so here you probably need replays. I mean, you could also meme and like,
Killing edge the board.
yeah.
Would it be worth if you replace into inner focus? Yeah, I guess you have to, right? If you do replace into inner focus, you don't really have a choice.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, if you're considering killing edge in the board, which is like bizarre, and you probably don't do just because Ghostlings is actually not a problem. But then what do you replace? It's probably Jax. But then, what if they back off? It looks like it's Jax. I think this is playable, right? To just sacrifice one of the boards.
So we play double board with Phoenix Fire. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess there's no choice because, Chakri in the mirror.
Keeping
So
killing it.
awkward clears.
Wait. Okay.
He's actually going to do the killing edge.
Yeah, I didn't realize you could do that. So I'm just stupid. Yeah, because I was thinking about blocking the Ghostlings, but another way. And this one actually works.
I mean, you just ignore the fucking board.
Yes, but that's fine because charge advantage does matter in this matchup.
Yeah.
And you know what he played is some sort of 4-mana deal 4 damage. I'm saying 4 because the mana pile doesn't really count.
Yeah, they basically both did the same. They had to do stupid shit to kill a 4 health minion in the mirror. Not very surprising, I guess.
Yes. But one of them has a sort of mech.
Sort of mech waiting room.
Yep. If you don't win the game off of that sort of mech, I'm disappointed. Wait, what?
I guess they agreed with you, Macer. Card advantage really matters in the mirror. I think is what they thought.
There is no way in hell that was the play.
Tier 0?
Like, I can justify that play in that board position, but not with like the hand sizes and everything you need for that. Like, no. Especially in the modern spell high meta where you run a bunch of draws, so getting a board back on a 5-card hand doesn't do anything because you still have a bunch of draw. And this match is nothing like what it has been portrayed as.
What was this portrayed as? I forgot.
That it's just spell high roll from one side. And I think what we're seeing is that people are just people who don't play the game get outplayed by people who kind of play the game. Oh, look, sort of next.
Big jump.
Big jump.
Fuck you. This was my alarm to wake up for my girlfriend. Just in case I would actually get real sleep, but I didn't.
Now you can play Fox and MDS it just to deal 3 damage.
2 mana, first wish that doesn't draw a card, Pog.
Yeah, and I think they are even on boars for now. But I see it's going to be one boar up. But at this stage, it doesn't matter. And well, he traded 7 health on that one boar. Wait, really? And
What's happening?
so, I just want to point something out. So he could have cleared boar with the fox and then Phoenix fired.
Yeah.
But
I
so
really don't
just something to point out. He would clear a 7 damage boar
Yeah.
with his base
but
on
yeah, this
5
makes
cards
no sense.
and lower mana, and then not clear another boar in a way that makes you take less damage overall
Yeah, you
when
wouldn't
they
have
have
to take
fewer
2 from
cards
Kaido here.
and
Yeah.
more mana.
This was complete nonsense.
I think he
Maybe
wanted
it
to
wouldn't
send
have
a,
been.
He wanted to what?
send a message.
Okay, yeah, we got the message. Message received. And it's like you can't even say that he wanted to block the enemy general because they literally have a boar now. Right?
Yeah.
Why hit someone for 2 when you can hit them for 3? You know, this is really stupid play, but just kind of fun troll sort of play. But Namger could have just backed off and this fox doesn't do anything. Like, just go with 2 back and play nothing.
Except MDS.
Yes. But he doesn't know that. Right?
Yeah, I don't think you should expect that card.
Yeah. Well, by that
So-
point,
You know, the real question is now, are they going to hit this boar or ignore it? Because I don't know anymore after these plays if they
yeah,
are going to
That's
hit this
what-
boar, yes or no.
exactly what I was going to say, that by this point you might expect anything. He can play 4 wins and jacks the sword with the board.
True. And then Phoenix fire the boar.
Yeah, so there is a second inner focus, which is important. But this doesn't actually look too hot anymore.
Yeah,
Actually,
let's say
quite
I
interesting
see
that he played a sword. I'm not convinced, because it depends on what you replace into. But it's interesting that he played a sword, right? Because he knows there is a Phoenix Fire.
Yeah, I guess he wanted to force them to play it, but at this moment, it would be nice to have the sword. You would have a decent turn here now with the current hand.
Yeah.
Not amazing, but good enough.
No, I think it's actually really good. Replacing.
Oh, that's a pretty good replace.
Yeah, but in placing inner focus in late game is kind of. Well, you could. Let's see if he gets the nuts, which is another mana vortex into another.
Saber spine.
Yeah.
That would
Okay.
be funny.
1, 2, 3.
Fucking hell, I already turned you off, you fucking cunt.
You
I hope that's not
turned
how
off
to
a
stream
count.
these alarms.
It's not
Oh.
audible, but you saying that you turned off a count is audible.
Out of context
Also-
clips, I'm waiting for it.
It's very close. Okay, that's little in hand, right? Okay.
Yeah. I guess you will try to fish for an inner focus from the Kaido because you just can't afford to take 4. And also you get heal triggers from drawing spells. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they need
Well,
to YOLO
you don't
that.
have to draw. Don't have to draw 4 to take 4. Right? You could technically Killing Edge with 4 wins. This kind of works as well.
Maybe they kill if they get 2 more. They don't have 2 more Saber Spines in the deck, but is that lethal? You can Killing Edge, then you do 8, 9, and then 1 more damage with Jug, so no.
I like how you encountered that.
I mean, Soma is pretty funny sometimes.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you, we will witness one of such times right now.
With a very big 1-3.
So that's 4, 8, 10, 11. Yeah. Okay, what's left?
2 more.
Wait,
Abyss. Well, those are pretty garbage factions against. Well, Vanar can be okay, but depends on your deck. Really a lot. But Abyss is pretty garbage against Spell Eye, so.
No, they have Magmar left. They queued Abyss first and lost.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah.
The creeps.
Okay, that is the deck.
How many profits? I can barely read that shit. Is it only 1?
One.
Yeah,
One.
one.
Yeah.
Ghost, I would say.
So
mountains
what's
too.
going to happen is Vanar is going to be player 2 without a Fenrir, and then they lose. That's my my guess for this game.
Hey.
I'm getting close.
Yeah, there is a hilarious combo in this deck of 2 one-offs, which is Prophet Mountains.
I love that combo. I play it all the time.
Amazing stuff.
Oh, so Mountains is also one of. Okay.
Wait, replace paused. Look at this. It's paused. Did you see it?
Post?
Yeah, it was paused. There was a pause.
What the fuck is a pot?
A pause. Your
a
favorite
pause.
thing to do.
Nice. Thank you,
Okay.
Harpool, for giving me my favorite thing in the world.
Here it goes. He's going to play 2 Crystal Wisps, and Nugget is just going to be like, I don't give a shit, I'm just going to french them.
I hope he does, because I don't think the mana really matters when your hand is 2 Snakers as player 2. And Cryo is nice, but you know.
You can play a board too. Just like, I
Yeah,
don't
of
give a
course.
shit.
Yeah, just Macanter Elucidator, but slightly lower curve versions. And then you have the on-curve 4 wins just as a threat for the next turn in your hand as well. Like, why not? What else could you want? And it's also,
Yes.
again, about sending a message, right? Like, I don't care about your ramp, because you will die.
Nice. Where do you bore? Nice. Because, like, you either have to hit it, or you don't run into infiltrate. Or, I mean, you hit it and don't run into infiltrate, or you don't hit it, and then it goes back to hand. It's just so... It's like the same idea, right? You just don't give them a choice. Well, in a sense, you do give them a choice, but they're like, they're screwed either way.
Pretty sure this game's over.
Well, he can draw into some insane stuff while Manga goes into nothing. Like he even goes for like snow chasers, and those snow chasers aren't going to do anything because you can just run them out of infiltrate.
Yeah, just a bit awkward that you have to play board to run out of infiltrate here. And
But you don't even have to, like, as long as no minions are in the infiltrate, the snow chaser doesn't matter because who cares if you get hit for 2 mana? It's just them wasting, or for 2 health. It's just them wasting 1 mana to play this thing again, right?
Yeah.
Like, I would trade that even if they have 7 mana.
Yeah, so I would consider just keeping this garbage and play Lantern Fox, Saber Spine Steel into face, honestly. Because Razorback is not a problem yet.
Yeah, I don't think it
Maybe-
will be this game.
Hmm?
I don't think it will be this game. So here placed 4 wins. Yeah, this actually like more so you're just trying to assemble a combo. But like one of the things you can do here, and that works really well against when our players go double ramp, is you just spam threats. Because the number of cards is limited. I'm noticing a theme in this match that Jewish samples would like go into top deck modes early on and get punished.
Yeah, and that's very satisfying to see because I have seen millions of games where people play their whole hand from turn 1 and they just keep playing top deck mode and it doesn't matter. I have memories of so many of those games. So why the fuck is it getting punished today, Mazer? Any theories why today it matters, the card advantage?
I think they ought to win second every game.
No, I don't think so. Like, for example, the previous game, Nungert went second. I think so.
But why does card advantage matter today?
Because it often matters. You're just a super negative person.
The coaching.
And like the other thing is that the card advantage matters, but not in a way you think it does. Because a lot of card advantage is A, about how you use your resources, and B, you would often complain about card advantage when they're, for example, 20 health ahead or 3 minions on board ahead. Which is like, yeah, they use cards to get some other resource, which makes the other place better to die. Okay, are we just going face here?
I mean, the board is already impossible to deal with, so... Like, kind of came out of nowhere. Rare case that 3-card Vanard actually makes use of the double ramp.
Are you suggesting card advantage matters?
I think it will matter this game because I think Ollie is going to die soon enough.
Here's what I don't get. What late game does this deck play?
Yeah, that's with a lot of these Wisp decks. They barely play any late game. It's kind of weird. Because that can work, but then you have to play ways to get hand size. Because, yeah, if you have no late game and no way to regain hand size, then what is 9 mana going to do for you?
I've seen a version of Zura in it, but that's about it.
Yeah, I think Calvin played that. I think I get to play against something similar.
That card is pretty hard to play against Songhai, though. They knew.
I mean, there was a Phoenix Fire in hand and an unanswerable Fox on the board. So, 3 plus 3 equals 6.
Like I said, they knew.
And here is the last step.
Oh, Magmar. The Songhai counter.
With 1 of Plasma and 3 5-mana Tempests.
That's a lot of 5-mana Tempest for such a bad card.
Yeah.
What's next? Playing Star's Fury? Hmm? Still the board that came back from turn 2, we should also always keep when I just go face. Yep. Well, looks like I will not be late for meeting my girlfriend. That's my prediction for this game.
Come on, man. They're going to reverse sweep with Magma.
I mean,
Wait.
it's possible if they do beat Songhai, but how the fuck do you beat Songhai with Magmar?
You saw he just kept that one of Plasma. That's their plan. Plasma Ghost Links. And then he either that's like a recording bug, or this is just insane, right? Like, guys, I'm not crazy. He kept.
No, but he know he would draw it anyway. So
Oh,
Yeah.
true. I just got it back. Nice.
And it is one off, right? So he like
Yeah.
if the replay isn't bugged, he played the one of he like kept one of Plasma, then replaced it. Okay, GG.
Yeah, this is over.
This is
Okay. Congratulations, humans, for winning Team Wars. I knew that you guys had a good team, so I'm not too surprised that you guys won in the end. But I am happy about it. Like I said at the beginning, I wasn't very neutral. I was rooting for you guys. So hey, a second good moment in Duelist history today, besides certain things I discovered on stream today, thanks to the coaches and I guess the free Duelistan patch. Nangert, do you have anything to say? Any words of thanks to your teammates or something? Or are there any other teammates of you viewers in chat? Any smarties? Any abras?
and smartest. I think I'm resisting, but like this match is much better than I expected, and like not better in the sense of being competitive, but better in a sense of literally showing that you can still outplay people in this game.
So many positive notes today. I'm getting suspicious.
Yeah, time to wake up. So do we double
that
bore
explains it.
and saber spine face?
That Ghost Links is their own, right? Yeah. Fucking Duelist clarity. No, I would play a Kaido instead of double bore.
The reason why I would consider double bore is that I wouldn't expect Plasma.
Well, I also wouldn't really care about Plasma because it would be skip turn and the boar already did his damage.
Yeah, but imagine if you dealt 6 damage more this turn, and there are 2 boars on the board, and they don't have Plasma.
Flash Harvester?
Isn't real.
No, it's also not real. Songhai Burst.
But best teammate was Songhai. Like I just so the impression I got from the spoilers is that just got draws from Songhai being stupid, but that's not really it. It's like people on one
There were
side. I
definitely
think,
misplays, and
yeah,
that's pretty nice.
I mean this is the difference between hitting a 7 damage boar and not hitting a 7 damage boar.
Yeah, they would not have died to the super buff Ghost Links if they hadn't taken 7 from the Dustboar, and I'm pretty sure Nangert would have died if he didn't have lethal with the Ghost Links that turn. So yes, that game was definitely lost to hitting a 7 damage boar when you could also just have it return to hand. That was pretty
And then
funny.
not hitting a boar when you could have just killed it.
That was the most nonsense inconsistency I've seen in a while, like inconsistency in play. Because if you take the 7 damage from the board, you can also say playstyle diff, I like to clear boards. But then if you do that dustboard play after that, it is just, I don't know, that to me smells like people were saying what to do and they couldn't agree in time or something, and then you just have to do something random retarded. Because the rope. That's like the only explanation, I think.
Wait. Almost a sword play. Wait, is he gonna play the veteran?
I don't think you really have time to play that.
Just unfortunately the mana is too high, but could do a funny play if you get enough focus. Right? Just hit the egg, but he played into Mercantor. Otherwise, would have been really hilarious. Mercantor the egg. Nobody
I like
expects.
that. Taste of their own
Closer.
medicine.
Yes, Nangert came in for final words before he,
So you can make a very poke play here. You can Phoenix Fire the if you don't go face, because that's probably what you're gonna do, but it's also pretty poke to Phoenix Fire the Veteran Scimitar, hit it. You play a backline boar first, then you move the 4 winds in to hit the egg, and then you jux the boar with the 4 winds to play around Mercantor on your 4 winds, and of course you go face with the boar, and then I mean it's kind of cool, but it's not good.
Yeah, you could also do all of that, but instead Jax with the egg and keep it alive.
Net select, buffer, poke. You know it's then even more poke if you put all your minions around the egg, because then they can't Mercantor where the egg is.
You know what's even more poke? Punishing your opponent for being greedy and not playing heals.
Oh, it's just, well, I predicted this already, but yes, like I said a minute ago, I don't think you have time to play the Veteran Scimitar. Correct.
Yeah. Mercantor is too slow.
Yeah.
Mercantor too slow. All right, that's the grand finals, guys. Congratulations to the Humans team and to Nengert for crushing with Songhai.
Thank you. And hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
You sound like some kind of budget macer.
Oh, I am.
That's literally what he is. He does the coding work that I don't have time to do.
So I literally just wanted to say one thing, and this is that obviously winning team was very cool, and especially with this team, like everyone was really great to play with. Like even Humans for the time that he was with us, it wasn't too long.
Rest in peace.
But the biggest achievement for me was not getting flamed by Mesa's cast for 37 turns in a row for not playing around Lightbender, like in the Borderless tournament.
I remember.
So yeah, just for a whole stream, not getting flamed by Mesa is like the biggest achievement anyone can ever have in Duelist. So this is great.
Just tell it to smart you. I guess that's the reason she didn't play. So scared to get flamed. Actually, I guess we can make a point out of it. You see, the biggest thing you did wasn't, sweeping people, but going second for your team without being scared of being flamed.
Well, I
You see,
played
that takes
Abyssian.
real courage.
I played
Oh, you played
Abyssian pretty
Abyssian?
much for the entire Team Wars season, and that just was like stand-in for Songhai, because usually Humans played at the start. And like in last week of regular split, I think Abracadani played it, or in semifinals Abracadani played it. So yeah,
Sweet.
but I played Abyssian throughout the regular season, and so pretty much I always like opened or was like really early on, because we thought that Abyssian wouldn't get many wins, so I was fine with that.
But did it get any wins?
Yeah, I think it
See?
never got more than 2 in a week. I'm not even sure if it did get.
I mean,
2,
that's more than we got with all of our factions combined. Which week. So pretty good. Let's say.
Yeah.
I don't think
Okay, cool.
Abyss won a single game in entire Team
No,
Wars, right? Or Abyss.
it won one, and the plan back had is to win 0 games. So his deck names were like 0-1 and counting, 0-2 and counting, and then he won a game, and he had to stop.
No, that's very sad.
But very cool game, much better than I expected. I said it like 10 times already, but yeah, I like when people play better and win. Hello, Jay.
I just wanted to say Nangert played like a 2-draw player, and I'm so proud of him.
Thank you.
Yes, now fix the API links.
Fix the what?
The what?
The API, he uses all the APIs on his site, so the MMR data isn't updated.
Yeah. I will update the website next week.
Yes.
Early next week.
Well, we definitely don't pay the budget Mesa enough.
Yeah. I should put ads on my website.
Maybe you can put some ads for like world champion coaching. Can you put some ads like that on there?
Are you going to pay me?
If I get customers, I can give you a cut. That is a kind of paying.
Like a haircut, right?
What is a shared cut?
Haircut, you cut someone's hair, on their head.
No, I would rather keep all the hair myself. Kind of balding. So
No, never mind.
This is where you talk up some prices, Nangert. We're talking like 25% of link clicks coming your way. 30%.
Yeah.
It's just yes.
I mean, if I earn like nothing, like it is right now, and like nothing after I offer coaching from Ferocca on my site, then I mean, there's no negative change for me, I guess. Maybe less people will visit the site because they feel like it's a scam, but sure.
I mean, Grace had coaching with Ferocca and it changed his life. He started asking other people for coaching.
All right, well, I will let all of you guys go. That is it for Team Wars. Just as a reminder, real quick, Calvin is hosting his own tournament with a huge prize pool of $1,200, I think it was. So definitely join.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's not just $1,200 is not the most important part. The most important part is number 1, top 16 gets it, and number 2, everyone who participates gets a skin, right?
Yes.
Some say that's right.
Very new player friendly. All you have to do is participate, and you will be rewarded with some sweet new skinnage. So make sure you check it out. You can get more details on his server and the Duelist Official. If you just ask around, people will have that link. If you don't have Calvin's Discord link, which I don't have on hand right now to post. Calvin posted it, yes. So make sure you guys check that out. Anyone have any final words to say before we wrap up?
Nangert, you missed 2 damage.
Well,
Just
in which game?
in principle, you missed 2 damage.
Yeah, I know. I'm a bad Songhai player. I already explained it in chat. I was just a stand-in. I'm not a Songhai player.
He's really
imagine if we had
player.
humans. Like Grandmaster humans would have won 12-0.
Yes.
In a 6-game series, like 100%. The reason why he didn't play is to give other people a chance,
Yeah. But I also remember a play of his in Team Wars where he chucked a Silver Guard Knight from seal range into seal range so that he could trade his boar in and it would die.
Exactly, giving people a chance.
Yeah.
It's like giving somebody a pat on the back, which is dozens centimeters away from a kick in the ass.
Did you get any patting on the back yet for your ladder rework? Or was it a bit lower?
I mean, that's how he got back to his Discord. I was like, I did it just for you. And he was like, amazing, I'm going back.
Good timing for Nangert stealing the humans show.
+1 dually player. Nice.
Yes, like plus 50% revenue.
All right, guys.
So, Decoy, any words or last words or words? Same thing here.
No, I'm going back to
All right, thanks for tuning in, everybody. Team Wars is wrapped up entirely for this season, so no more from me. I will occasionally return to streaming Duelist among other games every now and then if you want to catch that on this Twitch channel. But take care. Have a good night, everybody.